Can't see me in no department. Speed, power, chance, heart, none.
Alright.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There he go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts, cooking again.
There he go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There he go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts, cooking again.
There he go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There he go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts, cooking again.
There he go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There he go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There he go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts, cooking again.
There he go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There he go talking that boxing again.
Talking big facts, I ain't tell no lies. Real talk like fight fan. Slap a troll with my right hand. Hit the like button, watch the replay. Want all the smoke like EJ. Fuck a troll, what he say. I bomb a nigga like Wilder, boy. Spray the thing, make shower, boy. Tyson Fury, you a coward, boy. Box a nigga like Ego. Make you bow your head, take one knee like Kell Brook and Tim Tebow. Since the time the lesser been black and eyes like Debo.
Like Debo?
And I'm a breadwinner like Kevin Gates. Smoke strong, make you levitate. On my evil spins, might meditate. Gon' watch me, you gon' steady hate. But I pimp the game like 7-8.
7-8.
And I'm a big stepper like Money Brown. I don't mess around, I don't fuck around. But I'll fuck around, not wear my crown.
Fuck around, not wear my crown.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There he go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts, cooking again.
There he go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There he go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts, cooking again.
There he go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There he go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There he go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts, cooking again.
There he go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There he go talking that boxing again. Trio talk like fight fan. There he go talking that boxing again. This trio talk like fight fan. There he go talking that boxing again. Trio talk like fight fan. There he go talking that boxing again. There he go talking that boxing again. There he go talking that boxing again.
What's up with it? What's good with y'all? Another day. Yeah, we gonna cook today. It's been some cooking going on. Let me see what's who in the building. My man Omega Red, what's happening with it, fam? Jay West off in the building. What's happening with it? Knockout Boxing 86 TV. What's good with it, homie? Bumpy Thompson, what's happening? Chef Boy ID, what's good with it? Stay Ready Boxing TV, what's happening with it? Big Stay Ready. Sheena, how you doing, Queen? She say spitting facts and I'm cooking again. That's real talk. Spin big facts and I'm cooking again. Omega Red, I got Omega Red. Bumpy Thompson, let me see. And yeah, when y'all come in the building, smash on that like button. And hop in the comment section. Let me know y'all in the building. We got a whole lot to talk about today. Yeah, we got a lot to talk about today. Jay Lewis says all roads go through Wilder. Fury already been through Wilder. You not see the fight? Yeah, okay. Obviously we got somebody that don't have common sense already. Starting early today. Let me see. Knockout. Yeah, appreciate it. And you're welcome to hop on the panel too with us today if you want to. Stay ready, you too. I know you're probably working. Stay ready says, what's good? What's going on in the boxing streets, man? There's been a lot going on. Stay ready. And I see you out there, man. Y'all need to go subscribe to my man Stay Ready Boxing TV. Man, he got that fire. That sparring footage. He got Big Baby Jared Anderson. He got Keyshawn Davis. Man,
you gotta be talking about Matt. I just come in the building. I ain't even know I ain't heard nothing. You gotta be talking about Matt.
Yeah, man. Matt got that fire over there on Stay Ready Boxing TV for real. Man, y'all make sure that if y'all ain't subscribed to Stay Ready Boxing TV. You know what I'm saying? You need to get your life right. And Knockout Boxing 86 TV. Knockout, man. Knockout putting in so much work. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to start calling Knockout Blue Blood Jr., man. Knockout putting in work. Okay. Okay, yeah, I dropped the link for you. Matter of fact, I'm going to have Money send you the link because, yeah, Money, send Knockout the link.
All right. Right,
you can't get in touch with Knockout. You know what I'm saying? Knockout old school. He ain't using nothing but email.
You guys, and if you want me to jump on the panel, you guys can hit me up at knockout86tv@yahoo.com.
Hey, nigga, Knockout, send me a kite.
You hear me? My baby,
you gotta send Knockout a letter and shit.
Hey,
Knockout, what's good? Hey, Knockout, what's good with you, man? I just want to hit you up, see how you been. You gotta send that nigga a letter.
Shayna, blow me 5 kisses right quick, Shayna. I need 5, exactly 5 kisses. Is Thurman Bud fighting? Is Thurman Bud fighting? He ain't fighting no damn.
Oh man,
Stan
Swoosh in the building. Let me see. Joel Murphy. Okay, yeah, man. Money, how you feeling today?
I'm feeling good, man. I can't complain, bro. Blessed to be living, trying to earn every penny that I'm getting while reminiscing.
Yes, sir, man. I feel you. I feel you on that. Man, it's a lot going on, man. We had a great show last night. If y'all ain't checked out Money Brown TV, which y'all should already be subscribed, but if y'all ain't checked out the show last night, you know what I'm saying? He had Blu-ray Fitness on there, man. Hell of a show last night, Money.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Cooking, man. We was on there cooking with Blu-ray, man. We was all on there cooking, dog. Great.
Yes, and we kept it real. All these motherfuckers, y'all be just asking. Nah, we asked the real question. Y'all niggas pussyfoot around shit.
Right. We got straight into it. Didn't waste no time. And Blu-ray, you know what I'm saying? He kept it real. He don't hold his tongue. You know what I'm saying? He gonna give it to you raw too.
That's why
he don't hold his tongue. Huh?
I said that's why I rock with him.
Yeah. He gonna give it to you raw. Yeah, we asked them real questions. Now, Money, I'm gonna go ahead and get straight into it. You know, it's a lot of shit going on in boxing, man. A lot going on in boxing. Now, first thing I want to talk about is it looked like it's exhibition season. You know, the first one I'm gonna get on is Oscar De La Hoya. So Oscar De La Hoya, you know, if y'all ain't seen it, you know, he grabs the mic from Snoop Dogg and he does the infamous mic drop. He announces that he will be returning in, June? I think he's coming back in June. He announces that he will be returning to the ring back in June. He's saying, from what I'm hearing, it's not going to be no exhibition shit. He said he wants to fight the best. Some of the opponents that I've been hearing, just rumors, you know, we have no idea who Oscar De La Hoya is going to fight when he returns. But Marcos Madonna, he's not getting no Floyd Mayweather match. Like, Oscar De La Hoya will be crying about trying to get a Floyd Mayweather rematch until they put the last drop of dirt over his grave. You know what I'm saying? He probably gonna stick his hand up out the casket. But wait. I still need my Floyd Mayweather rematch. Man, you lost to that man. Like, quit crying. Floyd Mayweather beat your ass, and you had everything in your favor. You had the size ring you wanted. You had the gloves that you chose. You had the weight that you chose. I mean, you had everything in your favor. So, no, you had your chance and you blew it. You know what I'm saying? You had your chance and you blew it. Just leave it alone. But I don't know. I don't know if Oscar De La Hoya is on that. You know what I'm saying? If that's that powder again, you know what I'm saying? That might be that powder. But he's saying that he want to fight the best competition. he's saying that he wants to fight the best, the top competition. He don't want no exhibition bouts, and he want to go face the big boys. He said the only fighter that he wouldn't fight is Terrence Crawford. Now, everybody's like, oh, you hear what he said? He said he wouldn't fight Terrence Crawford. The reason I think he said that is because you see how good that they treat Terrence Crawford on the zone and over. I think that, he's saying that because, you saying in all of boxing, the only fighter you wouldn't fight is Terrence Crawford. That's going a bit too far, but I understand why he said that. I'm thinking he said this because, everybody knows that Terrence Crawford is coming up. His contract is coming up very soon, and everybody's going to be bidding for Terrence Crawford. Everybody's going to be bidding for Terrence Crawford. But, man, the thing I want to ask, right? De La Hoya is coming back. Obviously, he doesn't have the strongest promotional company out there. Probably has the weakest one. He has Virgil Ortiz, he has Ryan Garcia, and he has fucking Jaime Munguia that never fights. You know what I'm saying? He got
Keon for to kick you out the show, knockout.
Oh, you crazy because he got the count.
Before you continue, bro, I heard you. I watch all your shit, Key. You said you gave up on us, bro.
Yeah, I had to, man. I had to let it go, dog.
Go farewell, the ass friend.
You gotta let it go.
Ah, man.
I
had to get on my Teddy Pendergrass and let it go, dog. I'm sick of that,
bro. If we ever do win the Super Bowl when you and I are alive, don't come over here.
Y'all can have it, man. Y'all can have it. I've been a Cowboys fan for well over 30 years, and I gotta let it go. You dig what I'm saying? I was a fan when we was like 1-16 or 1-15. You know what I'm saying? So, and I survived. You know what I'm saying? I still rooted for him, saying we're gonna win the Super Bowl when we had motherfucking Quincy Carter. You know what I'm saying? When we had Quincy Carter going to the locker room, snorting cocaine and coming back on the field. You know what I'm saying? We had him and Derek Hambrick, you know what I'm saying, snorting cocaine and you know what I'm saying?
Cocaine, yeah, I know. But bro, you can't give up, bro. That's like getting a divorce, bro. That's like getting a divorce after you've been married for 30 years, bro. What's the point, bro?
Bro,
what's the point? You're playing too much time, bro. You might as well ride it, bro.
Bro, you got to move on sometime. It's like, and to me, it's not about winning or losing. You know what I'm saying? Because if it was about winning or losing, I would have left they funky ass a long time ago, man. It's about the organization and how it's ran. Now that I'm starting to look at how the organization is ran, it's all fucked up, dog. You know what I'm saying? I feel for you. You know what I'm saying? I feel for you because you're going to go through it, dog. You're going to continue to go through it.
You say 30. It's been 20 years. I'm 34 years old. I've been a fan since I was 14. So I'm on 20. I'm on year 20. Maybe another 10 years I'll get tired of it, bro.
I got 30 plus in. You know what I'm saying? But 30 plus. I mean, as far as I can remember, it was in me. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't on me. It was in me. My pops was a lifelong Cowboy fan. And I ain't had no choice. You dig what I'm saying?
I feel you, bro. I feel you.
But I'm going to just say, man, I'm sorry for you, man. I'm sorry for you. You're going to go through it, dog. You're going to punch some holes in the walls. I have before.
Well, I'll tell y'all like this, man. I stay down with my Rams. I'm going to continue to stay down. And we finna run this shit. We finna run this shit.
But see, it's a difference.
We finna run this shit.
It's a difference. Me and Money talked about this. He sees every year that his Rams are making every move that they can to get better and to win. You can't say that for the Cowboys.
Bro, we signed Dak. We got some safeties, bro.
You got motherfucking 2 safeties. Don't nobody know. And both of them motherfuckers is washed up and coming off Achilles injury.
And y'all got a lineman from Houston, Texas. Too.
Huh? What's his name?
A lineman from Houston, Texas.
What's his name? That's his name, a lineman from Houston.
Yeah, that's y'all to explain, not me.
He said a lineman. I said, what's his name? A lineman from Houston, Texas. That's all I know. Yeah, that's exactly. All them dudes that was in free agents, they do the same thing every year. Nothing. Them motherfuckers don't do nothing. And then and you got the worst defense in the league, the worst secondary in the league by far. Like that's not even a question. And you go sign 2 safeties that's coming off Achilles tears. That
bro, Diggs is good. Diggs is good in the secondary, though, bro.
Huh?
Diggs is a good player. Not Stephon Diggs, but Trayvon Diggs.
Yeah, Trayvon Diggs. I fuck with Trayvon Diggs heavy, but he's only in his second year. But you still need to do what you can to try to make your team better and win, and they ain't doing it. But let me get off that before I get mess around and get pissed off. But man, so this is the thing. What I'm saying about De La Hoya, right? Obviously, we got all these other legends that's coming back, and we'll get to that. But De La Hoya and y'all hit the like button as you come in the building. If you haven't hit the like button yet, right? De La Hoya coming back, right? And it's like, okay, bro, you talking about your career, and you come making a big comeback, and you want to fight the best, and you talking about you, right? You. But you have a whole promotional company that's damn near almost sinking to the bottom of the ocean, right? You had to basically sign a deal under DAZN just to be able to keep your promotion company up and running, right? You had to go over there to DAZN and just to keep your promotional company up and running. Like, you holding on by a thread. You only have, like I said before, you only have Virgil Ortiz, fighters that people know. You have Virgil Ortiz, you have Ryan Garcia as your biggest star, right? And then you have Jaime Munguia, and this motherfucker ain't fought in some moons. Like, you know what I'm saying? Nobody knows what he's doing. He ain't really fighting too often at all. And when he does fight, he's not fighting the best. So ain't nobody checking for no Jaime Munguia. So, I mean, those are your top stars on Golden Boy. We know that black fighters not fucking with you because you refused to promote them when you had them. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, shouldn't he be focusing on his career as a promoter, what he has to do as a promoter to get his company back up to the point that it was because at one point, Golden Boy Promotions was the top of the top. You know what I'm saying? Golden Boy Promotions was the promotional company. You know what I'm saying? It was right there neck and neck with Top Rank. And a lot of times it was better than Top Rank. You know what I'm saying? It was, Top Rank would have go in front, and then it would be Golden Boy Promotions. Golden Boy Promotions, they held that title for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Especially when they had my man Richard Schaefer. Richard Schaefer took that shit to the top. Ever since he left, Golden Boy Promotion has been down the drain. Now, iPrez 63, he said they signed Zordo Ramirez, but most motherfuckers forgot about Zordo Ramirez. He ain't fought. I mean, he's fighting, but he hasn't fought on a televised stage in so long. You know what I'm saying? Shit, since he was on Top Rank in 2017, 2018, when he fought Jesse Hart. Ain't nobody really heard nothing about Zordo Ramirez, although he has had a couple fights since then. But, his name ain't ringing no fucking bells at 168. Ain't nobody talking about Zordo Ramirez. His name ain't in the mix. Or I think he even moved up to 175. Nobody's talking about
175, yeah.
Ain't nobody talking about him at 175. Nobody's like, oh man, we want to see Zordo Ramirez against nobody.
Better be or
nobody. But I don't get me wrong, I would like to see him at 175 face all of them guys that's at the top because he a hell of a fighter. But I'm just saying his name ain't ringing. His name is not out there right now. Rashidi Ellis. If you can ask anybody that's not a die-hard boxing fan, how do they like to watch Rashidi Ellis? Like, what did they think about his last fight? And they're going to look at you like you got shit on your face. Nobody knows who he is. And that goes back to my point. He's on Golden Boy Promotion. I didn't even know he was on Golden Boy Promotion. I knew he fought on DAZN, but that lets you know how much Oscar De La Hoya promotes black fighters. You talking about Rashidi Ellis, and when have you heard Oscar De La Hoya mention his name? So my point is, Money Knockout in the chat is, shouldn't he be focusing on more on building his company right? Promoting his company instead of focusing on going over to Triller and trying to make a fucking comeback for his own career, right? You had your time, bro. You're a legend. Nobody can deny that you one of the best fighters to ever step in the ring, to ever lace up the gloves. You are a legend. You will never be forgotten about, right? 100 years from now, people still, when you look back at boxing history, you're still going to be able to talk about Oscar De La Hoya. He gave us legendary fights, Olympic gold medalist. He did his thing. The motherfucker was a hog. But like I said, you had your time, bro. You had your time. These other legends, they're not running top promotional companies. You know what I'm saying? They're not running top promotional companies like you are. So if they want to go off and do these exhibition bouts and all of that, they're not doing it right under nobody else's time. Because this shit that you're doing, that's time that you're taking away from promoting your company and your fighters. Right? They doing their own thing. Like these other legends that we're going to talk about that's coming back after this, they're doing their thing and whatever, you know, they're not taking away from nobody else. They don't have a whole promotional company and all these up and coming fighters depending on them, you know, but you do. So my question to everybody is, how do y'all feel about this? Do y'all think that instead of focusing on so much on himself that he should be focusing on, you know, shit, trying to build his fighters, promote his fighters in his company? And I'm gonna get through some of these comments, and then I'm gonna pass it off to you, Money, and then Knockout. And y'all hit the like button, like I said, as you come in the building. Let me see. And Coach, what's good with it, Coach? Man, Coach was on there. We was on there cooking last night. Coach be cooking. Hey, and Coach will let a motherfucking troll have it for real. You ain't sliding away with nothing in them comments. And if you think you tough, he'll fly your ass out. Let me see. Yep, promote. KP from KC5. What's happening with it? He said, yep, promote and stay off that coke. iPress says he needs the money for his company, bro. You think he's gonna go get a bag and put it into his company? I think not. He finna put that shit up his nose. Coach say you could say the same about Floyd. Yeah, we could. We could. Floyd. If I have, y'all know that I have got on Floyd for that shit in the past, Coach. But Leonard Ellaby does a great job. You know what I'm saying? Floyd really don't even run the company like that, as you can see. Floyd could do a lot more because of the star power that Floyd has. I've got on Floyd for having these fighters, you know, having these fights under TMT Promotions and not even posting it on his social media platforms where you got 30+ million followers or whatever. You're not even posting, you know, the fights. I've got on Floyd's ass about that. We all know that Floyd is about Floyd, you know, so I have got on Floyd, but you know, Leonard Ellaby does have a good job. He does do a good job. He's out there, you know, on the pavement in his rounds, doing what he got to do. Leonard Ellaby. We know that De La Hoya he has Bernard Hopkins, but Bernard Hopkins ain't out there working, doing the things that Leonard Ellaby's doing. So yeah, you're right about the Floyd shit, but let me see. Leon Robinson, what's good? Pull counter, what's happening? Rashidi got speed and athleticism ability, but he is like Meldrick Taylor. He lacks certain intangibles for the next level. Yeah, I see it, man. He's cool, but he don't impress me like that. When I see Rashidi Ellis, it's not like, damn, man, I need to go, you know, make sure I watch all of his fights and really be checking up on him. He cool, but he don't give me that wow factor. Stan Swish says, Coach made damn sure Blu-ray know that he needs to link with Devin. Yeah, I mean, shit, he was supposed to. That's sweet. And I told Bill Haney that myself. Me and Money was both telling Bill that. Like, man, and Bill was like, shit. Bill actually said that he's talked to Devin about that, but Devin has his own strength and conditioning trainer already. So, you know, it's kind of like, Bill was kind of like alluding to the fact, like, well, he got what he got, so I can't really make him do nothing, but I have suggested it to him. So Cassandra, what's going on with you, Queen? Cassandra Mason from that Cincinnati, the home of Daddy, brush my hair, Daddy. Why AB be looking every time he get in the ring, getting this. We need to have AB back with his daddy in the ring brushing his hair, man. I think that's one of the main problems. He ain't got his hair brushed, before the fight in a long time. That brush got power in it, man. I'm telling y'all. But yeah, man. So what y'all go ahead, Money? What you think about this whole situation with De La Hoya?
I look at it, his ass, saying Tyson coming back doing what he do, right? That's why I say Tyson is sparked some shit because he had all these motherfucking, legends want to come back and get back in the ring. But shit, man, you see the YouTubers out here grabbing X amount of dollars and shit. Then Tyson coming back with Triller and Roy Jones, they picking up $20 to $50 million. So of course these legends gonna look at that shit and be like, shit, they can do it. Why can't I? You know what I'm saying? So that's what Oscar looking at. They send a big ass money grab, and everybody want to follow the money train, man. If the going is good, everybody want to get on that shit. You feel me? And Oscar is one of those legends that had a big ass fan base that was the face of boxing at once upon a time. So him coming back, he could spark some shit. It ain't like he just gonna come back and people not gonna want to see Oscar fight. Oscar De La Hoya was once a bad motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like I say, I was a big fan of Oscar, and that's who I played with on Fight Night. So he got his following, right? It's just gonna be who the fuck is you finna fight? You know what I mean? So he looking at it to me. Oscar probably want to come back and put his hands on Canelo ass. You feel me? He ain't gonna win, but if he can punch him in his motherfucking mouth for 2 or 3 rounds, he'd be okay with that. Canelo came trying to fuck up his, what he got going on. He came, made him a star, then left him. Now he fucking with his business with Ryan Garcia. You know what I mean? Things of that nature to where fighters looking at him, and everybody probably want to follow the Canelo blueprint, lead, golden boy, this, that, and the third. So Oscar probably coming back to get in shape to try to beat Canelo motherfucking ass. Who knows, bro? But he just following the path and the money wave as everybody else would do if you're in that position. You know what I'm saying? Shit, we already see that he did lose his biggest cash cow. He's looking for another big cash cow, right? Trying to make Ryan Garcia or Virgil Ortiz become something like Canelo. They ain't gonna be on that level. And not saying Ryan can't get there, because Ryan, he the next best thing you got in the stable for a star power. So, trying to get to that level. So why not put myself out there and try to pull in some more money to keep my company afloat? You know what I'm saying? So to me, I ain't gonna knock him if he can make the shit happen. You know what I mean? But another thing, I don't want this what boxing to turn into. Like I was saying with that Triller shit and celebrities and all that shit, and we getting championship fights as a motherfucking co-main event to the goddamn YouTubers. You know what I mean? And this these legends coming back fighting each other. I don't want that to turn into a trend to where now we got them coming back fighting on pay-per-view, and then we got this motherfucking, unified world championship fight coming back fighting on pay-per-view, and motherfuckers trying to pick between which one they want to spend their money on if it happened in the same month. You know what I mean? That's the shit I don't want boxing to turn into, but that's what's gonna fuck us around. But at the end of the day, man, everybody want more money, more money, more money. And if they say there's an opportunity out there, they ain't gonna try to jump for the shit. Especially if you're talking about pay-per-view money and motherfuckers pulling in 8 figures behind the shit. So that's how shit gonna turn out to be. That's what they looking at. Why can't I do it? If he can do it, why can't I? If he can do it, why can't I? That's what the shit gonna turn out, man. And I don't want it to be that. I don't want it to be that. But with him coming back, him training, he came out last year and said this shit, where he came out doing punches and training, things of that nature, saying he coming back. So I guess he's just trying to keep it in the light and really want to confirm it now, since, what I'm saying, you see Snoop Dogg and Triller and all this shit. He trying to put his bid in. Shit, Triller, come look at me. You know what I'm saying? Throw me in there with a motherfucking who out there you can fight? One of these motherfucking YouTubers, or go dig up motherfucker Fernando Vargas or some motherfucker and bring them back. Let me get it to the ring with him. Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. Let's go get him. Me and him get it. You know what I'm saying? Some shit like that. So he just putting his bid in, man. He see everybody else doing it, so now he want to follow suit and see if he can pull in some money and shit. I ain't gonna knock him, but I don't want this to be boxing. I don't want boxing to turn into this type of shit. But that's when we're gonna start getting fucked over.
The question I'm asking is, he has a promotional company that's not doing too well. You know what I'm saying? So
that's what I'm asking to do the shit.
My thing is like, you going over the Triller, you focusing on your boxing career now. You training, you taking away from things that you could be doing and should be doing to promote your fighters that you have. That was all I was saying. I know that he doing it to, you know, get money because he see other people doing it and it's a money grab. But you know, I mean, your company should be a money grab also if you promoted it right.
Well, it's to keep his company afloat. What you think he getting the money, not putting it into the car? He doing that shit to keep him afloat.
So you think that he's gonna take his bag that he's winning and put it into his company? That's what you saying?
Yeah, that's what they do. They try to help promote. Hell yeah. That's how you pull in the money. You pull it in, put it into your shit to keep yourself afloat. That's real part of the reason why you're doing this shit. So yeah, man, he just following suit, bro. He following suit, and that is a big point. He want to try to keep Golden Boy, you know, at the top like that. Like you said, Richard Schaefer will start making all the big shit happen. You know, so now it's on him. So this side looking like he gonna keep his company afloat. Let's make it happen. Same shit I was saying about with Al Heyman and with making the in-house fights and people getting pissed off talking about, oh, well, they making fights in-house. Well, shit, Bob Brown was doing the same thing to keep Top Rank afloat. De La Hoya to keep Golden Boy afloat. Floyd do the same to keep his shit afloat. And you know that's just how it's going, bro. So we'll see how it turned out. Who he if it go through, who he'll pick. But yeah, most definitely he's doing it to keep Golden Boy afloat. Most definitely. But go ahead, Knockout.
Yeah, man. Bumper Thompson, you stupid, man. Messing with me, man. But no, man. I agree with both of y'all, and there's a lot of angles to this. So, number one, the question that you asked him, Key, I think, bro, it's kind of too late for that, because if he was focused on his company as he should been, if he was giving it the time that it shouldn't been, he still have Canelo Alvarez. I think this is kind of his money said, bro. It's a knee-jerk reaction to, damn, bro, I don't have that Canelo check coming in. You know, Canelo done fight now what? Twice since he left Golden Boy. He ain't getting them Canelo checks no more. So he like, damn, bro, I need this money. I can't even pay the people that I got, because he got to pay these dudes that he got signed under contract. They can sue his ass if he don't meet the terms of those contracts that he got all these fighters under. So I bet you he's running around there looking for ways to make payroll, looking for ways to be able to pay his fighters, and he's struggling right now. So he's trying to get out there shit. He's seen Tyson doing it. He's seen all these other legends come back, so he's trying to get a bag. And yeah, I think he's gonna do the coke and shit and snort that shit, but he's gonna have to put some of it back in his money, because it's gonna cost him more money in the long run, and his company could be even worse off. And then when he's looking at his stable, the person that's supposed to be the big star, you know what I'm saying, Ryan Garcia, the one that they really trying to market like that, he don't want to fight no damn body, bro. He don't want to fight nobody to make a damn big fight so that Oscar can start building him up and getting money back on him. You know, he's still costing Oscar shit, because Oscar ain't making no money off his ass right now with the people that he's fighting and the show that he's putting on. That's why Oscar was like, shit, go ahead and fight Manny Pacquiao. He gonna probably beat the shit out of you, but go ahead and fight Manny Pacquiao, because I can get some money off that shit. Or Tank Davis, yeah, let's throw him in there with Tank Davis. You know, shit like that, because he needs somebody to bring some money, because Canelo was the cash cow. You know what I'm saying? The same way when you look at Mayweather and them, bro, it's Gervonta Tank Davis. That's why they kind of move him in a way that sometimes we can be critical of, because if he lose, that knocks him down a peg. And we all know Mayweather want his money, bro. He want his money, so he want his fighter to look good and to shine. De La Hoya don't even have that right now. At least Mayweather still got his cash cow. You know what I'm saying? And Mayweather got Leonard Ellaby. Oscar De La Hoya, he lost his Leonard Ellaby. Oh, buddy left, and now he don't have nobody running his company, nobody overseeing that shit. And so I do agree with you. Like, yeah, bro, he should be focusing on his company and shit, but he can't afford to right now, because he done already fucked it up. You know what I'm saying? He done already got too much in debt to where it's like, shit, I gotta just try to be able to pay these dudes. Damn, making money. I don't need fighters to start running away and not being able to pay him on time and all that shit. And the crazy thing about it is he done made such bad business decisions. The person that he got his fighter signed to fight on his own. Shit, Eddie Hearn stealing Canelo Alvarez from him. He just stole him from him, basically. You think Eddie Hearn ain't got his own Ryan Garcia if you want to? You think he ain't got his own Ryan Garcia if you want to? Shit, Oscar trying to protect his shit, because I'm telling you, bro, Eddie Hearn is a shark. He coming for him, bro. He coming for all of his top fighters, and then that's why he ain't trying to stop Virgil Ortiz from calling out Crawford, bro. He's trying to get his dudes that are supposed to be marquee dudes in big fights. Because I believe, you know, in my opinion, obviously I don't have access to their financial reports and shit, but I believe Golden Boy is losing money left and right now, bro. It just can't. He can't do shit else. And so, unfortunately for him, the most marketable person for his company is him. Shit, he's the most marketable one. He's the one that could probably bring in the most money because his top fighter, Virgil Ortiz, who seems to might want the smoke, Terrence Crawford ain't fighting him. He ain't getting a big fight at welterweight right now. The one, Ryan Garcia, that could get the smoke with these guys like Devin Haney, Tank Davis, and shit, he don't want to fight him, bro. He don't want to fight him. So now Oscar De La Hoya is looking around like, shit, bro. What the fuck can I do? I guess, shit, I'll get out there. They bought Tyson shit. They'll buy my shit. I'm a legend, too. I might not sell like Tyson, but I'll make myself more money than fucking Ryan Garcia is making me right now, fighting possibly Javier Fortuna or somebody that's going to be on regular DAZN TV. So that's what I think it is, bro. It's a panic reaction. It's any owner when they losing money and they business look like it's about to close down, they're gonna do any and everything that they can to try to bring that shit back afloat. And I think that's what he's doing with this exhibition shit, bro.
Right. You know, we have been hearing about De La Hoya talk about coming back for years, though. You know, he's been talking about he gonna make a comeback for years. He's been in training before, and then stopped, and you know. I think that this is something that he's been wanting to do for some years now. Is Mike Tyson and Holyfield just opened up the gates for him to do it? You know what I'm saying? I think that has a lot to do with it. He's been focusing on him making a comeback for years. He's been talking about it for years and years. It was just before, you know, all of this Legends League and this exhibition shit, you know, because boxing is turning. It's turning into a whole different place right now. We seeing it with our own eyes, and it's happened rapidly, right before our own eyes. Now, you know, shit. Now he can do it. It's there now. He can do it. A couple years ago, it would have been like, ain't nobody gonna sanction him coming back, or it just would have been crazy. You know, he would have had to go through a whole lot more. It would have been much more difficult for him to come back. You know. A few years ago, but now shit, it's normal. They didn't change boxing. Boxing has changed, and it's going to continue to change. And it's scary where it's going to end up at, man. It's scary to even think about where boxing is going to end up at. Yeah, but so he gonna come back. You know, it is what it is. His company is going to continue to not flourish. That's how I feel. You ain't, you know what I'm saying? Shit, Virgil Ortiz, I don't know how long he signed, but I guarantee you he eventually gonna leave when he get a chance to, you know. But we'll see. We'll see, dog. Also, in other news, Juan Marquez, right? Juan Manuel Marquez is coming back to fight Miguel Cotto. He coming back to fight Miguel Cotto. And I got the date. The date is June the 12th. Juan Marquez versus Miguel Cotto, June the 12th, in an exhibition bout. Now, is it what type of exhibition bout y'all think this gonna be? Are they gonna do, you know, hold back? Because this is a good fight. That, to me, this is a good fight. Both of them, they not too old. They not like Holyfield. I mean, they not like Holyfield and Tyson, or Tyson and Roy Jones. You know, they haven't been out of the sport for too long. So, I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing this shit just a regular fight. Why I got to be an exhibition bout? And what is an exhibition bout when it comes to some of these fighters? Does that mean that they're going to have big ass 16-ounce gloves on? Are they going to hold back? Are they not going to fight all the way? I don't know. Because if y'all don't know, Chavez senior, right? Julio Cesar Chavez, a couple months ago, he came back and he fought, I think it was not Barrera, he fought Morales. He fought Eric Morales. And them motherfuckers was going at it. If y'all can go back and watch that fight, hey, they went at it. And Chavez still got them hands, dog. Chavez, I'm talking about they was brawling. That shit looked like an older version of Juan Estrada and Chocolatito. That's how they was going at it. That shit wasn't no exhibition bout. Like they was going at it. That was a hell of a fight. It was very entertaining. And yeah, man, they surprised me. A lot of people didn't see it because they had it on some weird, I don't know. They had it on some like weird pay-per-view platform. So a lot of people didn't see it, but I did get to see it. And I'm mad I didn't talk about it because it was a hell of a fight. I didn't talk about it because most people didn't see it. You know what I'm saying? But it was a hell of a fight. If y'all could go find that Chavez versus Eric Morales, you know, the fight they had, I forgot what month it was, but it was earlier this year. And then, man, they went at it, dog. So if this Cotto and Marquez fight if they gonna do that and call it an exhibition bout, I'm cool with it. Because they called that an exhibition bout, but it wasn't no goddamn exhibition bout. Them dudes went to war. But yeah, man, I don't know. That's you know, I guess that's what it is. These old heads, man, these old school fighters, they looking at these young dudes and they like, fuck it. You know, these young cats ain't fighting. And when we was fighting, we was all fighting each other. So let's go and show them up. I think that's what they doing, you know, and now they got a platform to do it and they can make some money off of it. So they like, fuck it, let's go get this bag. It's crazy how, you know what I'm saying, how these exhibition bouts are bigger than most of the bouts that's happening in boxing with these active fighters because they ain't fighting each other. That shit crazy. Man, I don't know what happened to money, but knockout. What's your take on that, man? How you man, like this Marquez and Cotto?
Yo, I would love that fight. I'll watch it. If as long as they like really fighting, I don't want no Tyson and Roy Jones type of stuff. As long as they really fighting. And I gotta say, man, Juan Manuel Marquez is a lot smaller than Miguel Cotto, and he also a lot older. So, man, I don't know. If they really fight like that, Juan Manuel Marquez is a straight up G. If he fight Miguel Cotto with like, you know, if he like, nah, we don't need no 16-ounce gloves, bro. We can do a regular. Let's put on the show. If he come like that, I'll be like, bro, you a straight up G, because Miguel Cotto ain't nothing to play with, and he younger. You know what I'm saying? So I'll be here for it, but I have some of the same sentiments, bro. I think it's a straight up money grab. You feel what I'm saying? I think that they, like you said, they like, bro, y'all ain't fighting each other. We just gonna get in here and we can sell better than that. Hell, you ain't even on pay-per-view. It's only a select few of you that can do a pay-per-view right now. And when you do, it's only about 300,000 that you're selling. So shit, let me get in here. And if we can make some money together, we'll make some money together. And I hope that to all these boxers out here that are active, that are in that are doing this, man, I hope they paying attention. I hope all the fans that protect their favorite fighters, bro, I hope y'all are all paying attention. When you allow room for stuff like this, man, when you don't hold yourself to a standard of fighting each other and fighting the best, stuff like this can happen, and it can run rampant, bro. We seeing it left and right. Shit, everybody like, shit, Tyson and Roy Jones, they sold more pay-per-views than everybody last year. Let me hop on this money train before it wear out. And then as long as y'all keep, you know, flexing on social media and shit and trying to show how big of a star you are, these dudes gonna come right back in and take a bag that was supposed to be meant for you. Because while Miguel Cotto and Juan Manuel Marquez are well past it, it's about shit. We know who they are. We know how they got down. We know that they were warriors. So I want to watch that shit. Now imagine if active fighters took that same sentiment and took that same type of mindset and was like, shit, fuck it. Let's get it popping, bro. Imagine how much bigger of a star you would be win or lose. Because again, I'm gonna keep saying it. These dudes got multiple losses. Both of them got multiple losses. But it's about how you carry yourself. Once you a champion, bro, you a champion. You feel what I'm saying? Like LeBron James has lost more championships than he won, but guess what? He's still a 4-time champion. So that shit don't matter. And a lot of these dudes, they don't understand that shit. They protect that undefeated record. And when you move like that and you move all shaky, bro, shit like this is gonna happen. I believe. I don't know if we're gonna talk about it, but shit, I think Tarver's about to fight somebody, bro. Like all of these dudes are coming back and getting bag after bag after bag. They ain't getting Holyfield. They ain't getting Tyson and Roy Jones bag, but shit, you give me a few million, a bigger purse than most of these fighters is making anyway, and I can come back and just put on the exhibition. And they former professional fighters. These is 2 Hall of Fame level fighters that are fighting, so they know how to get in there, put on the show, take punches well. If I'm hurting you too bad and I can see you really gassed, we can make it look good for the fans, and let's go ahead and get a bag. Shit, that's what these young fighters doing anyway. They fooling us. They fooling us with these belts, chasing, moving from division to division and shit. Y'all are putting up with that shit, so why not put up with me too? Here I come. At 50 years old, I'm coming. I'm coming and I'm getting the bag, and you gonna love it and you gonna like it because you're buying this other bullshit anyway from these active fighters. So come buy it from me. And so shit, I ain't got no problem with it. If they can get away with it, I tell everybody, yes, I wanted Manny Pacquiao to fight the best because he had a belt. But all of these dudes, get your money however you can get your money, bro. If you can get your money and you can make people buy some shit that other people ain't really into, bro, go get your money, bro. I ain't mad at Miguel Cotto or Juan Manuel Marquez one bit. They see the play, they learn from it, and they like shit. If they can do it, let's try to see what we can do. Because we got a pretty big fan base too. We got people that's rocking with us too. So you can't really say nothing bad about them. Shit, I have no issue with it, and I hope it's a real fight because that shit'll be entertaining as hell. If it's a real fight, my money be on Cotto though, but shit, I hope it is a real fight.
Yeah, me too. Money said he was having some problems with his Wi-Fi. He's trying to reset it, so he'll be back on. Yeah, man. I don't have no problem with this, dog. Like I said, they're in a whole different situation. If they can get a bag, if everybody else doing it, shit, go do it. You know, show out. And they have a huge fan base. They gonna do good numbers. They gonna do big numbers because people fuck with Marquez. People fuck with Miguel Cotto. And that's a Puerto Rican against Mexican. And we know that when you have a fighter that's a Puerto Rican that has a big name and a Mexican fighter that got a big name, shit, that's gonna sell. That's gonna sell, dog. But as far as Tarver, yeah, Tarver, I heard Tarver's coming back too. You know, he been talking about coming back for a long time. You know, Tarver tried to make it. See, the thing with Tarver is he tried to make a couple comebacks, right? But he couldn't. It's the same thing with Shannon Briggs. He kept getting caught. You know what I'm saying? He was coming back and they kept popping his ass on PEDs. So that's why Tarver hasn't came back, because Tarver has tried to come back several times, but he kept getting popped on PEDs. So the fights was falling through. I don't give a shit about no Tarver, dog. You know, Tarver, like I said, the PED sums it all up. That shit sums it all up. I don't give a damn about seeing Tarver in no ring. But he trying to come back. Cassandra Mason, I had forgot about that too. Queen Cassandra, she say, and be that beach off in the building. Salute to you, Queen. My bad, CB Sports TV, what's happening with it, Big CB? Let me see who else I done missed. And Drew Titan, if you still in the building, what's good with it, Big Drew? Big Drew Titan. Everybody go subscribe to Drew Titan. Yeah, man. So Cassandra Mason actually reminded me in the chat about something that I saw, but I had forgot about it. Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. Chavez Jr. is finna fight Anderson Silva. Let me pull that up to see so I can give y'all the date. Now, Chavez Jr. needs to sit his weird acting ass down somewhere. I don't ever want to see him in the ring again. Let me see. Hold on. Chavez Jr. Hold on. Let me see. When is he fighting? Julio, June the 19th. So that's going to be on the same card as the Cotto card, right? Wasn't the Cotto card on the 19th? Let me see. Let me go back. No, that's the 12th. So, man, we got a whole bunch of shit going down in June, dog. You got them talking about Manny Pacquiao and Terrence Crawford in June. You got them talking about Tyson Fury, whoever he fighting is going to be in June. You got them talking about these exhibition bouts in June. Oscar De La Hoya in June. Miguel Cotto, Juan Marquez in June. Shakur Stevenson in June. Like, god damn.
May and June lit, bro. Because then May 22nd, you got Ramirez and Taylor. Then on the 29th, Devin Haney is fighting, so shit. And then I think Teofimo Lopez fighting around the same time.
Yeah,
It's just,
Teofimo Lopez. Like, that's crazy. Some of these dates I'm looking to get moved further back because I don't see how you gonna have all of these and all of this shit going down in June. Like, that's a whole lot, and especially if you putting the majority of this stuff on pay-per-view, you can't put all this stuff on pay-per-view in June. You know what I'm saying?
at the same time, yeah, some shit going under. Yeah. I see what you're saying. Somebody ain't gonna watch something for sure.
Because you competing with certain things, and you know that's the consumer. The fight fans are not gonna pay. Like, okay, well, this week, 4 weeks in a row in June, you pay them to watch pay-per-view. They not finna do that. And then the way this shit is bunched up together, some of these pay-per-view events, if everything stood as right now, some of these pay-per-view events gonna be on the same day. So I think some of these dates gonna have to be moved around. But as far as that, Cassandra, as far as Chavez Jr. getting in the ring with Anderson Silva, I got much respect for Anderson Silva. Anderson Silva, nothing bad to say about him. He is a true legend. But why Chavez Jr.? Roy Jones been trying to get a fight with Anderson Silva for years upon years. Why are you getting in the ring with Chavez Jr.? Like, who thought of that shit? Chavez Jr. probably has the weakest heart of any fighter that I've ever seen. He has no heart. He ain't got no nuts. He'll quit on you at any given time. Like, Chavez, that's a weird dude, dog. Like, Chavez Jr. is the epitome of a spoon-fed child that, you know what I'm saying, that became an athlete because their dad was an athlete, a professional athlete. Like, you could tell he just never had it in him. You know what I'm saying? He had skills. Trust me, Chavez Jr. had skills. You know, shit, he had his daddy blood in him, but he didn't have the heart. He didn't have the heart. That was his thing. He didn't have the heart, the discipline. He might quit on Anderson Silva. Anderson Silva might hit him with some shit, and he might go to he might go to the corner in the first round and be like, oh, in the contract that said that I had to get through the first round, I'm good. I'm straight. I'm good. And how does he keep getting chances, though? That's what I'm saying, bro. How does Chavez Jr. continue to get chance after chance after chance after chance?
One thing, bro. One thing, his name.
Yeah, like, bro.
That's it, just his name.
Imagine if Terrence Crawford or Terrence Crawford, Wilder, Errol Spence, or any of these other fucking active fighters, right? Any of these other active fighters, Edgar Berlanga, whoever, you know what I'm saying? Any of these other active fighters, imagine if they quit, right? They didn't quit in every motherfucking, in they last 4-5 fights. They just said, fuck it, I'm quitting. I don't want no more. I ain't going out there no more. You think they're gonna continue to get a chance to star on main events and shit? Ain't nobody finna, man. That's crazy, man. His daddy name hold weight in Mexico and in a lot of like states and like Cali and in Mexico and a lot of these West Coast places.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they really, like, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. is a god to not junior, senior is a god to these people.
Yeah,
like
right.
In Mexico, like, Chavez Senior is a god. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they damn near pray to Chavez Senior. And I'm not trying to be funny. Like, I'm dead serious. Like, he is everything in Mexico. Chavez Senior, you fuck around and say something bad about Chavez Senior in Mexico, they'll kill you over that shit.
They ain't playing no games, bro.
Nah, real talk. They'll kill you over that shit. Say something bad about Chavez Senior. You dig what I'm saying? And coach, you know what I'm saying? Let me know if you want the link, coach. You can hop on the panel and cook too. But we're gonna be cooking today, coach. We got a lot to cook on. Coach say Bob trying to put Manny versus Crawford on June 5th, the same day as T.O. Bob getting revenge. Yeah, I see that. And T.O., I thought T.O. moved his date. I think T.O. I know he moved his date once because the Holyfield Tyson move came up, right? But Holyfield and Tyson, I don't know what's going on with that. Because Holyfield posted and he was talking shit about Tyson. He said, I'm ready. You know what I'm saying? Tyson had disappeared on me. You know what I'm saying? I'm waiting for Mike Tyson. He didn't disappear. So I don't know what's going on with that situation. There's a lot going on, man. It's so much going on in boxing right now. It ain't no way that we could talk about all of it right now, but it's a lot going on. But yeah, I don't understand how Chavez Jr. continue to keep getting chances, and he goes out there, and I know Knockout, you made a good point because you said because of his daddy named whole weight. But he continues to embarrass his pops. Every time he step in the ring, he embarrasses the fuck out of his pops. And his pops look like he ain't even fucking with him. His pops be in the front row. And the last time he quit against Daniel Jacobs, his pops was like, not again. His pop, you could read his pop's lips. He was like, not again. This motherfucker embarrassed me, embarrassed the family again. And it's like, how many times you gonna embarrass your family, embarrass yourself, and embarrass your country? Because see, like I said, his pops got the whole country on his back still. And he been retired for how long? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He been retired for a long time. Chavez Sr. has been retired. When did Chavez Sr. retire? Like for real? I'm gonna look that up because he been retired for a long time. Motherfucker got so much plastic surgery in his face. Chavez Sr. look like if he yawned, nigga, his motherfucker, the plastic gonna bust off his face. Let me see. How Chavez Sr. Let me see when the last time he fought.
Shit, I just looked it up. They say he retired in 2001, but then he came back and fought in 2003, and he fought since. So it's been by what 18 years.
So let's say 2001. All right,
yeah.
let me look at let me look it up too so I can have it in front of me. Hold on. Pull up this box rec. So you said 2001 and 2003. He fought until 2005, but let me see. His last real fight, Chavez Jr., his last real fight, if you really was when he got TKO'd by Costa Zoo, and that was in 2000. That was over 20 years ago. He did go on to fight, and he fought once in 2001. He fought somebody in 2003. He fought Frankie Randall. He did have a third match. Was it the third or fourth match with Frankie Randall in 2004? Then he fought Ivan Rodriguez. So he was still fighting some dudes all the way up until he lost his last bout in 2005. So he was old as hell then too. Because how old is Chavez? Man, he had to be hella old then. So Chavez he ain't fought in shit, but over 16 years. He ain't fought in over 16 years. Let me pull up. How old is Chavez Sr.? Let me pull it up. Because he got to be. I didn't know that Juan Marquez was 47 years old, knockout. He old.
Yeah, bro. He old, man.
He's not old. He's not old, but he's old for
to get back in the ring like that. Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know he was that old because it seems like it wasn't that long ago when he was fighting. So, yeah, Chavez Sr. 58. He's 58. And the thing about it, if y'all go watch the exhibition bout, they called it an exhibition between Chavez Sr. and
Morales, right?
Eric Morales, yeah. If y'all go watch the exhibition bout between Chavez Sr. and Eric Morales, man, they went at it. And he's 58 years old. He's 50 in July, he'll be 59. So Chavez Sr. is almost 60 years old. And you got this young motherfucker, your son out here with no heart, embarrassing this man every time he hop in the ring. He gonna fuck around and give Chavez Sr. a heart attack if he go in the ring and pull that shit again. Don't do it, dog. Don't do it. Sheena say Oscar is 48. Oscar, he another one that's been out the ring for quite some time. It's gonna be, to me, what's really intriguing about guys like Oscar De La Hoya and like these Holyfield and you know what I'm saying, these real older heads that's getting back in the ring. It's gonna be, I want to see, it's gonna be interesting to see how they look. Like I said, like, because Chavez Sr., he surprised me. It's gonna be very interesting to see how Oscar De La Hoya look. Oscar De La Hoya gonna sell. It would, no matter what we say about it, whatever fight and whoever he fight, that shit is gonna sell. That's one thing I do know. It's gonna sell. And what's your take on all this knockout?
Man, so I think we can rest assured. It sounds like Chavez Jr. is on his way out because he's fighting an MMA fighter. So at least it's not a real boxer this time. So they slowly but surely getting his ass out the way because, like you said, he embarrassing his daddy. And I'm gonna let y'all know right now. I will be openly, excitingly, however, whatever synonyms you want to use, I will be openly rooting for Anderson Silva. I will be openly rooting for him to win.
Right, me too.
Openly rooting.
Anderson Silva, he can box. I don't know how well but he got some hands.
Yeah, he got some hands, man. And I wish it was in the octagon, bro. I wish it was in the octagon. Oh my goodness, Anderson Silva will beat the shit out of him in the UFC fight. But anyway, bro, like it's just a money grab. I don't know. Like you said, I don't know how Chavez Jr. all of a sudden has become an exhibition fighter. Like at least the other guys we've been talking about, like they accomplished something to be able to, okay, I want to see them put on the exhibition. Because normally what an exhibition is, you put on shit, people get to learn some shit. You a former legend, you accomplish some shit, and they're like, okay, I'm gonna go watch this exhibition so he can show me how he used to do shit. No, Chavez Jr. ain't an exhibition. He don't need to be exhibiting shit for nobody, bro. He don't need to be putting on the exhibition. Nobody needs to follow what he did. He's not a legend in anything, bro. He's a quitter. He's quit multiple times. Like, I don't even know why. Like, they couldn't get, and Anderson Silva is a champion and a legend. They couldn't get anybody better for Silva. Like, I know y'all could have found somebody better for him to box against, bro. Not Chavez Jr. So, again, get your money how you get your money. I'm gonna be openly rooting for Silva. I'm gonna tell you right now, unless Cotto and Marquez on that same card as you were saying, I ain't buying that shit. If they are the headliner and it's a bunch of other bullshit, I'll be streaming that shit. Straight up, I'm not paying for that, but I'll go ahead and give some money to Cotto and Marquez because they two legends in the game. But I ain't giving shit to Chavez Jr. I'm not helping him make no money off of me. You know, shit. So it is what it is, bro. Get your money, but I'm not really supporting that, bro. Because he a quitter and he didn't do his daddy justice, bro. He embarrassed that man. Like you said, he gonna give him a stroke, a heart attack, an aneurysm, something, bro. Like Chavez Sr., I wouldn't be surprised if he did. Like if Anderson Silva start beating the shit out of Chavez Jr., which let's not get it twisted, because if you hit Chavez Jr., he'll quit on your ass. If Anderson Silva hit him with some shit that hurt, he get to starting to quit, man. I wouldn't be surprised his dad just got up and walked out, bro. Just like fucking, I'm gone. Man. I'm not watching this shit.
Look at this shit, dog. Look, man, that's that powder. If anybody tell me that ain't that powder, look at this man's face.
Hey, he's zooted, bro.
Yeah, what is you doing?
He's zooted. Yeah, he's zooted, bro.
Powder. That's that pure fish scale cocaine powder right there. He's on.
That's that shit they be selling off of Snowfall, bro.
No, that's that shit. That nigga. That's that shit in the 80s.
Yeah, Snowfall,
bro. Right there.
That Rick Ross, that Freeway Ricky Ross shit.
Hey,
bro. That's what he on, man.
I got you, Coach. I'm dropping this link for Coach. So this link right here for Coach, I'm dropping. That's that powder, dog. That ain't that he. Hey, man, it's like stuff like this, right? It pisses me off because it's like I know your daddy hold weight, but you continuously. I know his daddy ain't got nothing to. No, his daddy ain't got nothing to do with this. Because his daddy gets embarrassed by this kid every time he get in the ring.
He rather get his ass knocked out. Like, bro, at least get knocked out. At least get beat. Don't just quit.
Sheena said that looked like Jim Carrey. Remember when Jim Carrey was Fire Marshal Bill? Hey, he do look like Jim Carrey when he was Fire Marshal Bill. Hey, man, I hope he fucking around and accidentally, you know what I'm saying? Accidentally kick kicked motherfucking Chavez in the head and shit, hit him with a spinning roundhouse.
Oh,
And
shit,
knocked him out. Oh, my bad. I didn't know. I'm just so used to kicking. I didn't know. My bad.
Yeah, I forgot, bro. I forgot. I didn't know I couldn't elbow you. My bad.
I hope you kicked the shit out of him, dog.
One thing I want to say, bro, that I'm not surprised by though. Rarely in sports are the sons better than the fathers because they just didn't have that same struggle that the fathers have. Like very rarely do you get like a Floyd Mayweather Jr. situation or like Ken Griffey Jr. was because his daddy was real cold too. Most of them like you get where Michael Jordan, his son didn't really pan out. Magic Johnson, his son didn't really pan out. So I'm not surprised that Chavez Jr. is not as good as his daddy. I'm just surprised that like he don't have no heart, bro. Like at least going there, like, you know what, man, I might not be as good as you, Pops, but I'm gonna make you proud because I ain't finna quit. I'm gonna go in here and I'm gonna give it a fight. And the fact that he don't even do that, bro, it's like, bro, you just need to sit down somewhere and quit messing up your daddy name. Cause now he going from Chavez Sr. being remembered to what he for all the great things he did. Now people like, man, yeah, that's Chavez Jr. daddy. Like you getting more known for your son quitting than what you did in the ring because of social media and all this shit we got going on today. Like people really know Chavez Jr. for just being trash, bro. And that's not how that man's name should be. And it sucks that he gave his son his name. he probably should have named him something else, bro, because he's dragging his name through the mud right now, bro. But that's all I wanted to add, man.
And Todd Swindle, man, I had to post that comment. Todd Swindle said Chavez Sr. getting near Kendall and Kendall, he might catch on fire. I'm talking about all that plastic surgery, man. His face, but he said he getting near Kendall, his face might catch on fire. Man, dude, that shit was funny. What's good with it, Coach?
What's happening? What's happening, brothers? How y'all doing?
Oh man, just another day cooking, man, what's your take on this, man? All these legends coming back, and then this bullshit with Chavez Jr. getting another chance.
Yeah, I don't think he should be fighting nobody. Shit, he don't need to be fighting a third grader. He ain't got no heart. He's an embarrassment. His daddy probably just like he just disgusted with him. You could see it when he watching the fighting, and his daddy like, man, I just can't believe this shit. That shit is disappointing to him. You can tell, you know what I mean? Sad, bro. Anderson Silva might beat him, bro. Y'all know Anderson got pro fights, man.
Yeah. You right, because I remember when him and Roy Jones was going back and forth, they were supposed to get that fight popping. And I remember Anderson Silva, he had a few pro fights in.
Yeah.
My whole thing is, why is it not Roy Jones? That's what I want.
I think Roy probably sitting back and chilling, man. Roy just made an ass load of money, so he don't need to be doing this shit. Roy never, he don't live this super lavish lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? But he not that type of dude who blow through his money, you know what I'm saying, from years ago. So he still got money, still got his little promotion company and shit, got him some fighters. And I just don't think he just feel like going through no training camp again. Not at 51, you know what I'm saying? He probably like, man, I done did my thing. I just got paid with Tyson. Tyson ain't try to hurt me. I'm good. And if all these fighters keep on, there's one thing about it though, these young fighters should see. The old fighters, they don't give a shit who you are. They gonna fight. You know what I'm saying? They coming back and they fighting, bro. Nobody can say anything about Evander Holyfield. That dude took beatings and come back during the fights. Them guys wasn't scared to fight people, man. This shit is outrageous. It's too hard to make fights because of ego.
Mm-hmm.
And it's mostly ego, bro. All of this shit is mostly ego. Ego between the promoters, ego between the fighters. All that shit, that's what causes this big rift that we going through. You don't see the best fight the best no more. And a lot of it has to do with 4 governing bodies. That has a lot to do with it. Because if you didn't have so many belts out there and there was only one belt, everybody that's in line, top 10s will be fighting each other. That's what will be happening right now. But because they got all these different routes these fighters can take, they can go, I'm going to go to IBF route. I'm going to go to WBO route. I'm going to go different. And if you look at the rankings, all they shit different. Some of the fighters you ain't even never fucking heard of is in the top rankings in some of these divisions. And you're like, I ain't even never heard of this motherfucking dude. Who is this guy? Then I got to go look and see who it is. If they, all of their rankings are different from WBO all the way through, you know, so that's the biggest problem with boxing right now. That's why we can't get the mega fights, the big fights we want, because they got too many different routes. You know, ain't no way Gary Russell Jr. shouldn't be undisputed right now at 126.
Right.
There's no way.
Dang, that's big facts.
You know, you can't be a fucking champion this long and nobody want to fight you. Fucking Frampton don't want to fight him. Santa Cruz never wanted to fight him. Abner Mares never wanted to fuck with him. No, none of these dudes who was at the top, they never wanted to get in the ring with this guy. Nonito Donet just act like he never stepped in 126. That motherfucker moved on. Like, come on, bro. Why the fuck y'all? If you claim to be the best, why you don't fight this fucking dude, man?
Right.
Dude, Devin Haney going through the same shit. He too fucking good, so it's hard to get fights. Back in the day, you that fucking good motherfucker want to knock you down and say, you know what? Fuck that. I'm better than you. They don't have that no more. And I understand that they prize fighters and the money is the money and what it is. But these fighters know that these big fights is going to generate a lot of money for them. And they still don't want to take it. So what is it? You know what I'm saying? You can't tell me that fucking Teofimo wouldn't have made more fighting Devin Haney for undisputed than he gonna make with Kambosos. It don't make sense.
Exactly. Yeah, and man, you on point, coach. None of this shit makes sense. That's why I said it's scary where boxing is going to. It's scary where boxing is going to. You know, you still got some throwbacks out there. David Benavidez is one of them. That motherfucker fight anybody. Motherfucker fight anybody. That's why I fuck with David Benavidez. He'll fight anybody. Benavidez don't give a fuck. That's the kind of fighters I like. You know, he don't have a plan. You know, we know Earl had a plan. He ain't got no plan. Right. We know Earl had a plan. Earl said what he was going to do. Just like I said last night. I'm going to win all 3 belts, then I'm coming to get your shit. That's what he said he was going to do. So I can't knock a man for saying exactly what he's going to do and sticking to it. You know what I mean? So I can't knock Earl for that. But all of these other fighters, man, you know, the way fucking Canelo move around, all that shit, man, that shit is bullshit to me. You can't fucking claim to be pound for pound #1 fighter in the world, but when it's time to fight somebody that's got good skills that's equal to yours, you don't want to take the fucking fight. You know, just like I said, he wouldn't be talking if Zerto was still at 168. He wouldn't have opened his mouth about being no undisputed. And he didn't fucking David Benavidez. He ran out of 154. He ran to 160. He did all of this shit, man. And people act like they fucking blind and can't see what he's doing. That's what get me. The people that really love Canelo, they don't give a fuck long as he win. But dude, don't you want to see if your man good enough to beat other motherfuckers that everybody else like too?
Facts. Because then you get to talk shit. Then you get to talk shit to that fan base. Then you get to be like, hey, all you Jamal Charlo fans that thought that fuck with my guy just beat the shit out of him. He just starts ass. So what y'all got? People take this shit personal, bro. That's the shit that get me. They take this personal, like they live, sleep, and breathe with this fucking boxer. Motherfucker, you don't even know this motherfucker. Right. But I'm gonna say this about Canelo. The walls are caving in. And shout out to my man Batman. He say, man, fuck boxing. Batman fed up with boxing, man. Shout out to Batman. We ready to see Gary Russell, man. Gary Russell got a hell of a fight coming up, man. I can't wait. But this is what I want to say about the Canelo situation. And then we're gonna move on and get into this Wilder and Fury shit, right? Man, Canelo, the walls are caving in, coach. The walls caving in on him because if you go out here and beat Billy Joe, right? I love the Plant fight. You know what I'm saying? I love the Plant fight. People sleeping on Plant and don't think that's going to be, I think that's going to be a hell of a fight. If he fuck around and beat Plant and he beat Billy Joe, right?
After that, it ain't nowhere to go. So if after that you running around here and you still not fighting Benavidez or Zurdo Ramirez or Charlo, if Charlo say he gonna move up, or motherfucker Demetrius Andrade if he say he gonna move up, or it ain't nowhere for you to go. So now if you moving around and you still facing these Rudy Poop motherfuckers that don't nobody want you to see, get him up out of here. Because after that, it's no excuses, right? It's no more excuses on the table for you. So I don't want to see you have no fucking Jaime Munguia move up because he's a walking punching bag. I don't want to see none of that shit. You know, after the walls is caving in on Canelo. You know what I'm saying? Right now, he still got a couple more excuses. Right now, he still got, well, you got excuses right now that you can use for him still. You can say, okay, well, Billy Joe got a belt. You know what I'm saying? I like Plant, but if you don't like Plant, people can say, well, Plant, he got the other belt. But after that, you undisputed now. You got the belts, and now you have to face these fighters that people have been calling you to fight. You don't have nowhere to run. And if you do, now we know that you were playing out, ducking the best competition, and there's no more excuses for you. That's how I feel about the situation, y'all.
Yeah, but I think, man, Canelo been fighting since he was 16 years old, right? I think Canelo gonna get undisputed and fucking retire. That's what I
don't think so, Coach. He got too much in him. He got too much left in him, Coach.
But you got that kind of fucking money, and you living in Mexico. What the fuck else he need? Think about it. That boy had some big fucking paydays, bro.
Yeah, he got buku of money. He got a whole lot of money.
Ass load of money. He fucking still can retire young. Don't do shit. If he don't want to face them dudes, he ain't gonna give a shit what you think. I think anybody else think. You can call me a duck all the fuck you want. I did my thing. I came undisputed. I'm out of here, motherfucker. I got damn near $1 billion. Fuck it. That's what I see him doing. I don't think he gonna fuck with Dave Benavidez. He not gonna fuck with Jamal Charlo, and he ain't fucking around with Zurdo. And if him going up to 175, and we know damn well he ain't gonna fuck with Dimitri Bivol or fucking Beterbiev. To me, at 175, I think Dimitri Bivol is the most educated fighter in that division. I really do. You know, I think he'll beat Beterbiev. And people look at me like I'm crazy because Beterbiev punch hard. So does Bivol, and Bivol is very fucking educated, you know. But that's just me, man. Canelo, I think that motherfucker gonna quit. I think he's gonna say, you know what? I'm retiring. That's it.
Well, we ain't got too long. We don't have too long to find out. You know what I'm saying? Right. We gonna find out this year, Coach. We gonna find out, you know, what type of shit he really on this year, Coach. Give me 1 second. Okay, now what I'm gonna do right now, we gonna go into this Fury and Joshua and Wilder, this whole situation, right?
Now, one statement right quick, Key, on Canelo before you go. Just one quick statement.
Go ahead. Oh yeah, go ahead.
I would just say, and I think that he's probably more likely, and it's just my opinion, and I respect Coach, obviously. I think he's more likely to keep ducking and moving strategically and fight easier fights than he is to retire, just because if he do what you're saying, Coach, that would be him retiring at 31, 31 years old. I think it's too much easy money out there for him. I think he's more likely to continue to move how he been moving and fight people we ain't never heard of. They'll pull something out their ass to try to get him to fight.
They gonna pull out Liam.
He'll keep fighting. I'm hoping that we get the fights that we want, but I don't know if he's gonna retire that young. It's just too much easy money out there for him. But you could be right, man. We'll know by the end of this year. We'll know what's up. We'll know what's up.
That's all I want. I can see him fighting after that. He might fucking fight GGG again. That's the kind of shit he'll pull. Yeah, that's the kind of shit he'll pull. He not gonna fuck with Boo Boo. He not gonna fuck with Jamal. He ain't fucking with David Benavidez. Ain't gonna happen, bro. I'm just telling y'all, bro. People can't see what the fuck this dude been doing.
Yeah, I see what he's doing.
Absurd, and for them to still be a fan of that shit is amazing to me. I don't knock his skills. I don't knock his ability. Do I think he's overrated to a certain extent? Yes, I do, because he's not getting in there with the top dogs. Until you start fighting the fucking top dogs, stop fighting, bro. His last 4 or 5 fights. Look at the competition. There's Horrible competition, bro. That's horrible. You're going to keep on getting up in there with these flat-footed dudes who you know you can beat. Period. That's what he's doing. He know he can beat them. There's no question. He picked Kovalev. Why he didn't pick Bitterbeed? Why he didn't pick Bivol? Rocky Fielding, he picked that motherfucker. Liam Smith. Come on, bro. What the fuck? Liam Smith. Rocky Fieldhand. Then you got fucking Callum Smith. Two brothers. He beat the shit out of two brothers who ain't never was shit to me because they fight mediocre fights and won a championship.
I said that before. When he fought Callum Smith, you know what I'm saying? A lot of me, I was getting in arguments with a lot of people because I was like, man, dude ain't shit. Because I seen him when he fought John Ryder or whoever he had. I said, man, this dude ain't shit. I said, man, I said Canelo gonna go in there and destroy this dude. You know, but hey, man, but it is what it is. Man, we gonna see Lowland Profits, TZ Frank. And I seen that earlier. I had seen that on my phone too, TZ Frank, and we're gonna get into that. But right now, I want to get into this whole situation with Wilder, Tyson Fury, and Anthony Joshua. Now, I've been trying to tell y'all that all of this news that Eddie Hearn and you know is coming out with, trying to make like the motherfucking fight is done with Wilder. I mean, like the fight is done with Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury. It's a lie. All they're doing, right? All they're doing is deflecting from the real facts of what's really going on, and they're stalling. These are stall tactics. I keep telling y'all, right? That fight is not going down. If Bob Arum just did an interview, right? And this is what Bob said. Bob said that they not going to make a decision. You know, a decision could come as soon as May at the soonest, right? With this arbitration. See, Tyson Fury cannot move. He cannot move because he's still in arbitration with Wilder. Unless Wilder backs off and says, look, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and drop the whole thing, or I'm going to continue, you know, with my claims that I'm making. I'm going to continue with my claims that I'm making, right? But in the meantime, you can go ahead and go fight Anthony Joshua. Unless Wilder does that, ain't nothing going down. That's what y'all need to understand. And Wilder's not finna do that. You feel me? Wilder stand on his square. And this is another thing that Bob Arum said, right? So the soonest we gonna know anything is May, right? Is in May. And then another thing y'all need to realize and y'all need to know is that Bob Arum said this, right? He says that, well, you know, if anything, they're gonna have to basically compensate Wilder. You know what I'm saying? Pay Wilder out. Now, another thing is, right? Y'all saying that Tyson Fury has no obligations to fight Wilder, right? Bob Arum told y'all that. He said that Tyson Fury had no obligation to fight Wilder. The contract ran out. It's no way he can win in arbitration. There's nothing he can do, right?
Shit.
Well, if it was nothing that he can do, you just contradicted yourself saying, well, they might have to, you know, basically compensate Wilder. Why would you have to compensate somebody that has no obligations to anything, right? If you don't have no obligation to give this man a rematch, right? If he has no argument, why would you have to compensate him, right? They would have been thrown that shit out. So they're contradicting themselves, right? And I'm letting y'all know that ain't nothing gonna move without Wilder.
Hey, babe.
I think you got some feedback, Coach. Oh, okay. Yeah. You got some feedback in the background, Coach. Okay, yeah. Ain't nothing finna move without Wilder. That's what y'all need to understand. And with me saying that, I want y'all to hear what Tyson Fury's pops just said recently, right? This is what Tyson Fury pops had to say about the whole quote unquote the fight being done and the fighters signing the contracts and all of that shit that y'all been listening to. Listen to what Fury's dad had to say about all of that bullshit that y'all been believing, right? And I've had people hit me up privately asking me about, oh man, did you know, so the Tyson Fury and Joshua fight is happening, it's done, and I have to explain the situation to him. So listen to this, right? Listen to this, right? And this is Tyson Fury's father talking about the fight. Hold on, y'all. Pull it up. All right, here it is right here.
They've signed nothing in my eyes. They've got no date, no venue, no nothing. Tyson needs to fight twice this year, with or without AJ. Tyson's not bothered about any heavyweight on the planet. He's past all that being bothered about this man and that man. It's a business to Tyson, and we need to move on and get a living properly and sharpen his tools and keep him sharp in case that big night comes knocking. But I think they're dragging reels a bit because they don't want it. Don't blame them.
But there is a piece of paper with their signatures on it, right?
What does it mean if you can't get a date and a venue? You know, what does it mean if nobody's willing to put the money up? You know, it's all about somebody coming forward and saying, right, I'll pay for the fight, I'll stage the fight. Where are these people?
And is that the position in your eyes at the moment?
That's the position it's in, and I don't think they can get it together. It's too big for what's happening in the climate the world's in at the moment. And I just don't think the time is right for a fight of that magnitude with the state of the world at the minute. So we need to get him out, which I don't think they're going to do. What they've signed nothing in my eyes. They've got no date, no venue, no nothing. Tyson needs to fight twice this year.
Y'all hear that? Did y'all hear what the man said? He said, all of that what they signed, and they signed this, he said, they ain't signed shit in my eyes. They don't have no date, no venue. He says all of that means nothing. He even goes on to say that he don't think the fight is going to happen. He said he don't think it's going to happen. But he's not worried about no Joshua because he said Tyson Fury just going to need to fight. And Bob Arum recently came and he said, well, if the fight doesn't, happen with Anthony Joshua, right? Tyson Fury will be fighting in June, no matter what. If it's not Anthony Joshua, he's still going to fight in June. So that's letting you know that it's a bigger possibility that he's not going to be fighting Anthony Joshua. We already heard what Tyson Fury said. So all of this news that y'all are fucking so excited about, jumping up and down, it's happening, I told you, you didn't tell nobody shit. You making yourself look stupid. All they doing is making all of these Tyson Fury fans look ignorant because you're not getting the fight unless Deontay Wilder step off of his square, and he's not going to do that. So all of these reports that y'all hearing about the fight is done, they just looking for a venue now, it's going to be announced any day now, are lies. And they're stalling. They stalling, right? You know what I'm saying? They stalling. That's all it is stall tactics. In the whole boxing world, they falling for this shit. Instead of just coming out, telling the truth. They can't come out and tell the truth that, okay, Wilder has a very strong case. And because the case that Wilder has, he's not stepping down off of his square, we probably won't be able to get this fight next. Okay, they don't want to come out and tell the truth because then it makes Tyson Fury look bad. It makes his whole PR, it makes everything with Tyson Fury look bad. It makes him look bad. So they're trying to stall you guys out because people want to know, why hasn't the fight been announced? Right? Eddie Hearn is a master manipulator. Have y'all forgot how Eddie Hearn was moving with the whole Deontay Wilder in Anthony Joshua situation years ago? The man got on YouTube platforms, right? He was doing several interviews a week, and he would tell one lie. He'll come back in the next interview and say something total opposite. He does that, but nobody holds him, right? Nobody holds him to the shit that he does. Don't nobody pull up the receipts but us and say, okay, well, you said this, then you came and said this. Eddie Hearn is a liar. And another thing, and I'm going to let Knockout cook. Before I let Knockout cook, I'm going to read some of the comments. So I got y'all in the comments. Another thing, Knockout, is Bob Arum said this. He said, right? He said that Eddie Hearn is violating the terms. Eddie Hearn is not supposed to. This is what Bob Arum said. He said Eddie Hearn is going out here making all these announcements, and Eddie Hearn is not supposed to be doing that. He says that Eddie Hearn is violating all the terms by when he's going out making these announcements and making these promises. This is what the other promoter said. This is what Tyson Fury's promoter said. So they don't want Eddie Hearn out here doing all of this shit, right? He's doing all of this on his own. But that's what Eddie Hearn does. I mean, follow him. That's what he does. World Combat Sports off in the building. What's happening with it? World Combat, my man Scotty. I'm gonna be out there in the A real soon too, Scotty. I'm gonna link with you. World Combat Sports, and y'all go subscribe to my man Scotty White. Go subscribe to World Combat Sports on YouTube. He over there putting in work. Lowland Profits in the building. What's good with it? Let me see. Yeah, but Tyrone Spencer, what's happening with it? Salute. Yeah, so all of this shit is lies, right? And you can lie and you can deflect on what's really going on, right? And you can use tactics to stall. You can use all the stall tactics that you want, but at the end of the day, the truth will prevail. And all of these fans that's talking all this loud shit, they're gonna look very, very stupid, right? Don't look for an announcement until well after May, right? Don't look for it. And you better hope that if they do say, okay, Wilder, for your damages, this is what we're offering you, and it's a high, it's a compensation with a lot of M's behind it. You better hope he take it, because if he fuck around and say, nope, I ain't taking this shit, it's gonna drag out longer, right? So, let me get through some of these comments, and then let me see. All right, Coach. World Combat Sports says lies, lies, and more smoking lies. That's facts, Coach. That's facts. World Combat. That's facts. Go ahead, Knockout. You know what I'm saying on this situation.
Man, we moving on. Listen, bro. First of all, when you have a fight this big and you try to announce some shit without a fight date and without a venue, I'm not fucking with that shit at all. And then you have to look at the parties involved. Like, I've been doing this series on my channel called the announcement, bro. I've been calling bullshit on this. The homie keep commenting on my shit, says stay on their head, and that's exactly what I'm about to do, bro. Like, you cannot sit up here and tell me that the shit is done and that Deontay Wilder don't have a foot to stand on when they still in goddamn arbitration, bro. And for people that's paying attention, Bob let one slip, bro. He let one slip. He admitted that they went arbitration. He spoke to how he talked about that they wanted to that Wilder might win some damages, but what he also said in that same quote, in that same interview, said, but we don't expect him to get an injunction or anything like that. But you best believe that's damn sure what Deontay Wilder is going for. For those of y'all that don't know, an injunction just means you stopping somebody from doing some shit. Best example I can give you is when Ezekiel Elliott got suspended by the NFL, he was granted an injunction to be able to still play. So they blocked the suspension and he was allowed to still play. Right. Wilder is going for that shit, bro. He is trying to block their fight. And he is trying to make Tyson Fury fight him. Because if he was going to take a settlement, just think about this. If it don't take that long to come to an agreement like, hey, we want to offer you a settlement. We want to pay you some money to step aside. You make the offer and the person accepts it. Y'all negotiate. The shit don't take damn near a year to happen. It don't take damn near a year. So the fact that this shit is dragging on and the fact that Bob Arum is admitting that they're in arbitration, that should tell you something. The fact that Tyson Fury has now tried to fight on 2 separate occasions. He tried to fight December 5th, and now he's trying to fight Anthony Joshua. He's been trying to make these fights happen. He ain't stepped in the ring just as long as Deontay Wilder haven't stepped in the ring, people. That means that his shit is getting blocked, bro. Like you got to read the tea leaves, and then you got to also think of who's telling you the information, who's giving you the information. Everyone that's saying that the fight is done is a proven and known liar. Some of them are alleged crooks that are telling you that the fight is done. Some of them have been proven cheaters in Tyson Fury that are telling you that this fight is done. And then Tyson Fury has even backtracked and said there's a lot going on behind the scenes. What do y'all think behind the scenes means, bro? Behind the scenes means I don't know, shit. I might have to fight Deontay Wilder because they dragging me down through there and he ain't budging, bro. They getting their tail kicked in arbitration is what's going on, because with the money that this Fury and Joshua shit would generate, bro, they'd have been announced that shit. You don't think they want to announce that? And then what was making Bob Arum mad that people ain't paying attention to? You think Deontay Wilder's team and his lawyers don't see Eddie Hearn out here announcing this shit, saying that they signed the shit and they doing shit while they in the middle of an ongoing case? You think they don't know that shit? And this shit just piling up, bro. When you let liars and you let people with no integrity just continue to talk and they continue, you put microphones in front of them, they'll tell on themselves before long. They'll get themselves away before long. They'll dig their own grave. You ain't even got to do shit. You ain't even got to say shit. And that's why the one that's being quiet, the one that ain't saying nothing right now, you got to watch out for that one. Because at the end of the day, whatever you got to say about Deontay Wilder, clearly he had a leg to stand on, because if the contract didn't exist, if he had nothing to stand on, they would have looked at that contract. They would have said, nah, bro, we don't need to do no mediation arbitration. This shit here ran out.
Right.
So you done. You ain't got you can't do shit. So the fact that they are in arbitration alone, the fact that this shit is still going on alone should let you know, bro, yo, this shit's serious. Deontay Wilder might have something. So I've said it on my platform. I'm saying it right here, bro. Me, Knockout Boxing 86, man, I'm riding with Wilder, getting this rematch, and I'm riding with this shit until you prove to me otherwise, bro. Because ain't shit happening, bro. I'm not listening to fucking Eddie Hearn and Bob Arum. They bickering, bro. You think a fight this big, they ain't gonna announce the shit together? They ain't gonna come out together and be like, yo, we got this fight done. It's gonna be great for the UK. It's gonna be great for boxing. We're gonna have an undisputed UK heavyweight champ. They would announce that shit together. But you got one promoter don't want to announce it. You got another one trying to announce it. You got one of the fighters saying, yo, I might have to fight somebody else. You got the fighter daddy saying, yo, Tyson Fury just need to fight. I don't give a damn if it's Anthony Joshua. You got all of this shit. And some of you people are still sitting up here like, no, man, the fight's done. Doing videos on it and shit, breaking down the fight, doing predictions and all kind of crazy shit. But let this shit be. Let Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence announce a fight with no fight date, right? With no fucking venue. Some of these same people will be on here bashing them. Oh, that's so unprofessional. Al Heyman, so unprofessional. Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford, so unprofessional. They over here announcing the fight, talking about they got the fight done, and we didn't get any details from them. We don't even know where they're fighting or when the fight is. But you turn around because you're pushing a certain agenda, and it's Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua. Now the fight's done. Now if you ain't a fan of Undisputed, all of a sudden you ain't a true boxing fan. Well, excuse the hell out of me, bro. I'm one of the truest boxing fans, and yes, I want Undisputed in the heavyweight division, but I want that shit the right way. I want that shit with integrity. And at the end of the day, if you're a true boxing fan, right? Isn't 3 greater than 2? Isn't 3 great heavyweights more than 2? I mean, 3 heavyweight fights more than 2. So wouldn't you rather have Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury, and then the winner fights Anthony Joshua twice? Or do you just want Tyson Fury to fight Anthony Joshua twice? If you're a true fan of boxing, don't you want 3 great heavyweight fights? So y'all can miss me with this shit, bro. Your prejudice is showing. Quit pushing this agenda and wait for shit to come out, because that's why I'm standing right here on my square, bro. This shit ain't done. Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury is not happening in my mind. I won't believe the shit until I see both of them in a press conference. Bob Arum on one side, Eddie Hearn on the other, and they both sitting there announcing the fight, and it's reporters there asking them questions. Until that shit happens, I'm not believing this shit, bro, because you can't believe nothing that's coming out their mouth, man. It's all been bullshit. And now they quotes are catching up to them. It's like, well, bro, you said this shit 6 months ago. Now you're saying something totally different. So fuck all that, bro. I'm not rocking with none of that shit they saying. You right on point with this shit, Key. Deontay Wilder is holding this shit up, and he been holding this shit up. But because it's a strong black man that ain't gonna be buck broken, that ain't gonna sit up here and let you just tell him anything or do anything to him, because it's him that's holding up these powerful white men like that, because he's holding their ass up, they gonna lie, they gonna chuck, they gonna jive, and they ain't gonna admit that shit because they too prideful and their feelings hurt that a black man got the drop on them like this, bro. And that's just what it is. They can't stand it, bro. They can't stand that he have all this power over them right now. And they don't want to admit that shit, bro.
Real talk, real talk. And coach, I know you had to leave out for a minute. I don't know if you heard the audio footage that I played. Did you hear it? I can run it back for you if you didn't hear it.
Yeah, I heard it.
Okay. And so I want you to cook on. So you heard what Tyson Fury on Pops had said. He said this shit probably ain't even happening. That he said all of that shit with the signatures that they talking about, that if it's signed, he said none of that shit mean nothing. And I'm gonna tell y'all right now, if you read the language when they first came out saying that all the fighters have both, that everybody signed. If you read the article, ain't now one of them fighters signed. That signature and all of that shit, that was a fucking lie. Tyson Fury's signature is not on that contract, nor is Anthony Joshua's signature. I still have it in my phone, but the way they worded it, you could tell that in the article, they was basically saying they didn't even know if the fighters themselves had signed it, right? It was the teams that signed it, right? Their teams, but the fighters themselves, right? They didn't even confirm that the fighters themselves had signed it.
You know why?
All of this shit been a lie.
Huh, Keon? You know why? Because most of the time, fighters don't sign a contract till the night of the fight. Most people don't know that.
Oh, okay.
Most people don't know that. Most of the time, everybody else, the lawyers, everybody else can sign the shit. Most of the time, fighters don't sign a contract until the night of the fight. But people don't know that. Most people don't know that.
Right.
So all of this mess, people have to understand what was in that contract with him and Tyson Fury. It was supposed to be, he was supposed to activate it within 90 days, right? You got to activate it within 90 days so that y'all can make this fight happen. Well, COVID hit. When COVID hit, Deontay Wilder, nobody was doing shit nowhere in the country. You couldn't find a place to make the fight. To have, there was no place to make it. All over the world, it was a pandemic. So this is the grievance that Wilder had. They trying to say, well, the contract ran out. Well, motherfucker, there's existential circumstances. There's things that's outside of boxing that caused this to happen. It was a disaster, a pandemic. We can't fight during a fucking pandemic when at that time all the guidelines was no people hardly nowhere. Stay ass in your house. So this is what people have to understand. So this is what Deontay Wilder is arguing. He's arguing that, dude, a pandemic hit. We couldn't fight. We couldn't make the fight. So now y'all just gonna say the contract is expired. Motherfucker was in the middle of a pandemic. So that's why this fight is being held up. And they may make this fight with him and Joshua, but they're gonna have to pay Deontay Wilder a lot of money.
And coach, saying that, coach, who gonna pay him? Bob Arum ain't gonna come out of his pocket. ESPN ain't gonna come out of their pocket. Joshua and them, they not finna take their money out of their purse and who gonna pay him?
I don't know, but people get paid step aside money all the time, bro. So it's gonna have to be a lot. That's all I know. They're gonna have to come off their ass if they want Wilder not to fight.
That's a fact.
That's what's gonna happen.
And just so everybody know, Deontay Wilder exercised his rematch clause on February 29th. So he did it well within the 90 days. He can't control COVID and shit. So he did what he was supposed to do to try to get his rematch clause. Just so everybody know, that's official. On February 29th, 2020, a little bit over 2 weeks after they fought, he exercised his rematch clause. So everybody talking about he didn't exercise, or why didn't he just do? He did, bro. He did. So yeah, you can do a little research and find that out. It's right here on the World Wide Web. So just so everybody know that we ain't up here talking bullshit. He did what he was supposed to do.
Right. They're gonna have to pay him a few million, bro. Don't get me wrong. In the UK and overseas, that fight with Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua, they're gonna sell that motherfucker out, and they're gonna have a lot of buys.
Well, this is another thing, coach. Tyson Fury, he's adamant, right? In his last interview he just did, he said he's never fighting in the UK again. His exact words was like, I'm not fighting in the UK ever again. He says, My home is Vegas. He says, I've outgrown the UK. I'm never fighting. And He don't have a license to fight in the UK. So for him to fight in the UK, first of all, he'll have to petition to get his license back. They'll have to agree to give him a UK license back. And then he'll have to go back on his words when him saying that he's not going to fight in the UK. He says the only place he fighting, he says, is Vegas. He says Vegas, it most likely in Vegas, or if it had to be anywhere else, it'll be Cali because he fought at the Staples Center. He said other than that, he not fighting in no UK and he ain't fighting nowhere else. He said he bigger than that now. That's what he said. Now, we know why he's not fighting in the UK, but he's adamant on that. He said, I told y'all I'm not never fighting in the UK ever again. So
yeah, well, it'll still be a lot of pay-per-views out there, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, it
It'll
will.
be a lot of pay-per-views. Now, will they sell out? Will they sell out here in the US? I don't know. I think Anthony Joshua is a tough sell in the US. I think that Tyson Fury is a tough sell in the US as far as filling up a stadium. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that's going. I don't know if he's capable of doing that. But then again, you know, but Anthony Joshua not that popular out here. The biggest money they can make is if he was able to fight in the UK or in Europe, anywhere in Europe. You see what I'm saying? I just don't think that. I don't think that that's a good idea. But that's his business, bro. You know what I'm saying? I just think that this shit gonna get held up. That shit ain't gonna happen. I think Deontay got his foot on their neck, and ain't shit they could do about it.
Yeah, it's not. And you can hear about how Tyson Fury's pops is talking. He know that ain't gonna happen. That's why he telling y'all like this fight ain't gonna happen. He said it straight out. He says, I don't think it's gonna happen. He telling y'all it's not gonna happen, and he know why it's not gonna happen. Now, can he say it's not gonna happen because of the situations that we're dealing with behind the scenes with Deontay Wilder? Of course, he's not gonna say that, but he's letting y'all know it ain't gonna happen next. And what Brown on Boxing said, that was the point I was making. He says they will have to pay Wilder way more than a few million. The arbitration could reward Wilder his entire purse and the belt. It could. And this is what I'm saying. They're going to have to pay him a lot more than a few million. So, they're going to have to pay him 10 million plus, right? Or, and like my man said, is they might have to reward him his whole fight purse. Okay, well, these are the damages, right? They're refusing to fight you. So, we're just going to go ahead and compensate you what you would have made if this fight would have taken place, right? Mm-hmm. We're going to do the numbers. We're going to have to compensate you, right? And so that was my point that I was making earlier. With all of that money, who's going to come out of their pocket for that? So at the end, because we know Bob Arum ain't going to come out of his pocket for that. Unless Tyson Fury says, okay, I agree to pay this man 20 plus mil or whatever it is, out of my fight winnings that I'm gonna earn from facing Anthony Joshua. Now, if he did that, that would defeat the whole point of why he's taking a fight with Anthony Joshua, because we know that they want to fight because it's a huge money fight. Now you didn't have to pay a huge chunk of your purse to Wilder. He ain't finna do that. So at the end of the day, if it does come down to that, it's like, okay, well, fuck it. I'm going to have to fight Wilder. That's why Tyson Fury was telling everybody that, hey, don't be surprised if it's not Anthony Joshua. Don't be surprised if you see me and Wilder in the ring with each other this summer. If it's Wilder next. That's why he's letting us know. I don't think it's going to be no fight. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just too much. It's too difficult at this point without Deontay Wilder stepping off of his square. And like Knockout said, Deontay Wilder is a strong black man. He believes in what he believes in, and he not finna let these motherfuckers punk him and make him step off of his square. Y'all can talk all of that shit in the media about him you want to. At the end of the day, right? He's still gonna do what he believes in, and that's it. let me get through some of these coaching. Let me get through some of these comments, and then I'm gonna let y'all go ahead and finish up. Then we're gonna move to this Pacquiao and Crawford situation. Lori Reed, salute to the chat, Lori. Queen, Lori, salute. Drop your link in the chat, Lori, so everybody can go subscribe to the Facebook group. And she got a hell of a group, boxing group on Facebook. Hell of a boxing group on Facebook. Drop the link in there, Lori. KP from KC5, what's happening with it? He say, that's why I don't believe the Manny versus Bud shit. He said, that's why he don't believe the Manny versus Bud rumors. Okay, and we're going to get into that. Brown on Boxing says, I already read that. I read that. And Low Profits, he said, Tyson in the red with Bob, so he has to do something. Yeah. I don't know if he's still in the red with Bob because of that Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. That fight made a lot of money. It made a whole shit ton of money. But and like I said, I know. You know what I'm saying? That them tickets, man, telling y'all, them tickets was crazy, man. And y'all go subscribe to Lori's boxing group. She did just drop the link in the chat. So y'all make sure y'all go subscribe to that group. And yeah, so man, y'all go ahead and what's y'all closing thoughts on this situation? If y'all got anything else to add?
Yeah, so on top of what I said, just to put it in perspective, like he could literally say, look, you want me to step aside, you need to pay me for what I would have made had we fought. And so that means they looking at the pay-per-view numbers like, okay, shit, the first one sold, like 300 and some thousand, the second one sold like 850,000. Shit, if we would have fight a third time, shit, we could do well over $1 million. So you need to compensate me for my half of that, and then plus whatever my per. Like he could literally be in that mud, like, yo, you want me to step aside? I need like 30 million, bro. I need like 30 million, and then so the number ain't small. Cause when you in that situation, you could sue for what you would make if the other party honored their agreement. And so that's what that number. Who the hell coming up with that? So basically, to make that Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury shit happen, they have to pay for 2 pay-per-views in one. They have to pay for 2 fights in one. They have to pay for the Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury shit, and then pay Deontay Wilder for his fight that he missing out on all at one time, bro. That's what like people need to understand. Like he got a leg to stand on. You got that shit you could do. You got injunctions that you could try to pull on them. You could try to make them fight you. So there's a lot of options on the table right now for you. And then quit listening to what people say. Just look at what's happening. People be like, oh, Deontay Wilder, is he retired? He been out for over a year. Tyson Fury has not fought either since that time. And there's a reason for that, bro. Everybody can believe what you want to believe. I'm choosing to believe it's because Deontay Wilder has a leg to stand on, bro. And he's forcing the issue and he ain't backing down. That's what I believe. Prove to me I'm wrong, and I'll come out and say I was wrong. But until then, I'm rocking this one all the way out until the wheels fall off, bro. And that's all I got on.
Right.
I just feel pretty much the same way, bro. I don't see how they're gonna make that fight. There ain't gonna be no fights. Anthony Joshua could go fight somebody else, but I don't think this shit gonna happen unless they find some kind of way for Deontay Wilder to cave as far as offering him a certain amount of money. I don't know what his number is, but I'm sure it's pretty fucking high because the amount of money he would make in this third fight. But they got to come off their ass with a lot of money. Now, if they come up with enough money, should he take it? That's the question. If you ain't got to get punched in the face and fucking make 15, 20 million, hey, you know what I'm saying? But I would also have a stipulation that the winner of the fight can't fight nobody else.
They got to fight you.
Right. Yeah. Right. See, right. And you know what I'm thinking, right? How Wilder would really win in this situation with that stipulation that you just mentioned, Coach. And then you get 20 mil, right? So you get 20, whatever, 15, 20 mil, right? Without having to take a punch. And at the same time, you double back and you make a big fight of your own.
Right.
With
so
that,
it may benefit him.
Turn that down.
It may benefit him as long as it's in a contract. I don't care who. Y'all can't take no tune-ups, none of that bullshit.
No rematch.
And in between time, I can get a fucking tune-up.
So, but I'll say this, but I know we got to move on. But I don't think he gonna trust that shit because you can put in all the stipulations in the world that you want to put. We see what he's having to go through Tyson Fury right now. I think he knows that shit, and he gonna keep pushing to make that dude fight him now. Cause I think more so than Anthony Joshua, I don't think there's an amount of money you could pay Deontay Wilder. But I think he won't Tyson Fury bad, bro. Like,
I understand that, but think about it like this: he could still come out on top if he push for okay, y'all gonna pay me a certain whatever his number is. Gonna put it in the contract, and if you forfeit that contract, you're gonna have to come out your ass with a whole bunch of money, right? You got to be smart about it. You know what I'm saying? You put that shit in the contract. And for me to even make even more money, I could go and make a fight with it and beat the fuck out of Dillian White or something. You know what I'm saying? I can go whoop his ass in between time if that's the way y'all gonna do this. But y'all gonna pay me this fucking money. Y'all gonna sign a contract saying the next fight you have gotta be me, or you're gonna have to pay X amount of money. And I get an in-between fight to stay short. Bro, that's
I know Bob Arum right there. Just fight him, Tyson. Damn, Bob Arum just want his money, bro. You like, man, just fight him, bro.
Think about it, bro. That's a big. That's if you're gonna negotiate. Okay, that's a
W. Yeah, big ass W for sure.
That's big. And salute to the Queen, Lori. Thank you for your support, Lori. Thank you for the support. And thank you for the donation, Lori. And salute to my man Scotty in that Cash App as well. Salute to you, Scotty. And like I said, and y'all go subscribe to World Combat Sports, man. He out there putting it in. Let's move along. Let's move on. Right now, this whole news, about Manny Pacquiao and Terrence Crawford, when I initially did the show on Monday, right, I alluded to like I didn't know who was going to fight, but I had got some inside information that it was going to be Manny Pacquiao. So I pretty much knew that it was going to be Manny Pacquiao already, or maybe I thought I knew. Now, I see, I'm getting some news that that I guess some part of Manny Pacquiao's team is coming out and saying that it's a lie, that he's not fighting Bud, that the news that's been circulating is a lie. I don't know. It's crazy now, because one thing with boxing is no matter what news come out, until these motherfuckers have a date, right, in the venue, until they come out, have a date in the venue, and damn near a press conference, ain't shit, set in stone with boxing. Now, I have to go research this more, because before I got this news right now, I wasn't going to talk about this aspect. I was actually going to talk about, is this fight good for the welterweight division, right? If Bud Crawford go out there and beats Manny Pacquiao, is this fight good for the welterweight division? Because my whole thing is it could hold up undisputed. And that's what I wanted to really talk about. But now I know Knockout. I know you really was one of the main ones that was like this, but that he ain't fighting Manny Pacquiao. You wouldn't believe in that shit from the jump. I think Coach had his, Coach had his words on that too. I don't know, man. I'm confused. I'm trying to figure out what to say, because I'm really confused, because honestly, I thought it was pretty much set in stone that it was going to be Manny Pacquiao. Now I got to go. When I get off, I'm going to do my research. But I don't know. I guess we could change the whole subject matter that we was going to talk about. What's y'all thought now that some reports are coming out that, this ain't set in stone?
Well, look, man, I ain't trying to plug myself, but I did drop a video on this today, bro, and it's from Sean Gibson, who is the president of Manny Pacquiao Promotions. He's the one that said that shit. He was interviewed by the Sports Inquirer in the Manila, Philippines. So this is a news article coming out of Philippines. They asked Sean Gibson about it, who is the president.
So what you telling us is this is what they're talking about?
Yeah, this is the report that they're talking about. Okay. Yeah, this is the report that they're talking about. Sean Gibson, who is the president of Manny Pacquiao Promotions, said this fight is nonsense. This is Bob Arum and Mike Kuntz up to their usual shit. That's exactly what he said, bro. Quote for quote. And that's why I was telling y'all yesterday when y'all was like, well, no, knockout, it could be this, it could be that. I'm like, bro, look, I ain't believing the shit until I see it, man. Because I don't think he's going, I don't think, if he was even a thought, bro, if Manny Pacquiao was even considering this whatsoever, bro, he would have told the WBA so he wouldn't have got stripped, bro. That was the first sign. The second sign is, man, they've been talking about Abu Dhabi and the United Arab Emirates. They've been talking about that shit forever. And now all of a sudden they got $40 million in the pandemic that they about to give Manny Pacquiao. That's why I didn't believe that shit. And then when you read the report from people at ESPN and shit, they was like, look, man, they talking. They ain't signed shit yet. They ain't signed shit. There ain't no terms been agreed to. They talking, and it's contingent on it happening in the Abu Dhabi. Like, they saying a bunch of shit that's like, bro, what are you really saying? It's the same vibes that I'm getting from the Tyson Fury and the Anthony Joshua shit. Like, you telling me that the shit is done, but you telling me that it's not done at the same time. And then the only person from either camp, the only one from either camp that we have heard from on this subject is Sean Gibson, bro. That's the only one. We ain't hear Bob Arum say shit. We ain't hear Terrence Crawford say shit. We ain't hear nobody say shit. The only one who has some inside information that actually has a relationship with these people that runs Manny Pacquiao's company. He's the only one that knows what's going on. He's the one that's coming out saying, man, this shit nonsense. This shit nonsense. Is quoted in the article. You can go on there. I put the link in my damn description of my video that I made today. It's in that mug. You click on that mug, it take you straight to the article, bro. So that's why I'm saying, like, that's why it's titled Slow Down a Little Bit, bro. Like, we need to wait to see what the hell going on, because this ain't because if you remember, Bob Arum was starting to do this same shit when Terrence Crawford was about to fight Kell Brook. He did this same type of little, oh yeah, we might have a fight with Manny Pacquiao. We might have a fight with Manny Pacquiao. Shit announcement come out, Terrence Crawford versus Kell Brook. That's what the fuck we got. So I'm still gonna just hold on. And again, I don't want nobody to misconstrue anything I'm saying. If it is Manny Pacquiao versus Terrence Crawford, I fully support that fight. I think it's a great fight for Terrence Crawford. I will be happy for him. You know what I'm saying? I would support that fight. It will be a damn good fight. I will not complain about the fight. I just don't think it's happening, bro. I just don't. Something is telling me like, nah, bro, it ain't making sense. Like 40 million, bro. You came up with 40 million? You came up with 40 million. Now, who are you?
Hey, you gotta understand though.
50 mil, 40 for Packet, and then for Bud.
You want to know where he gonna get the money from? Y'all want to know where the money coming from?
Where?
Bro, if they fight in Abu Dhabi, bro, that's a drop in a bucket for them fucking people.
Yeah, that's nothing for them.
That's nothing.
Them Saudi dudes.
To throw on an event, them sheiks will put that shit up like nothing. That's water.
I think. Let me say this, and I'll let y'all go, bro. I don't want to hog everything. But so, like, if the shit was even, if they was even talking, right? And you the president of Manny Pacquiao Promotions, wouldn't you just kind of say the same shit? Like, yeah, we talking, we haven't agreed to terms yet. We just waiting to see what's going on. You would come out and just contradict everything that the other party said. Like, it's kind of like, nah, bro. The same way we looking like.
Bob Arum never said that. That's what y'all got. Bob Arum never said Manny Pacquiao. He never said that.
Right.
Bob Arum never said that. Bob Arum said we got a big announcement. It's gonna be a big fight. He never said Manny Pacquiao.
I think we just want Terrence Crawford to fight somebody that's good competition so bad. Right. We like, look, man.
I don't know who. I don't even really know where that shit. Oh, I know. I think Blue had put that shit out.
But no, I'm gonna tell y'all what happened, right? I'm gonna tell y'all what happened. I'm not gonna name no names, but you know, because got direct contact with Terrence Crawford's family and his team, right? So from what I understand is that Terrence Crawford and his team, they got word from however it happened that they was going to be fighting Manny Pacquiao next, right? This is what Terrence Crawford believes, right? That he's going to fight Manny Pacquiao next, right? So this is the thing, right? This is what I got to say about this whole situation. If he is, he could still be fighting Manny Pacquiao. It could be a lie. This is the thing. It can either be Bob Arum, right? playing something that we was just talking about with this whole Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua situation, right? It could be Bob Arum, right? Playing stall tactics with Bud Crawford and his team, because we all know that Bud Crawford has he has some underlying things in his contract that states that if he doesn't get certain big fights like a Manny Pacquiao, if Bob Arum can't secure that for him, Bob Arum got to pay him $1 million out of his pocket, an extra $1 out of his pocket, right? So this could be, and then we also know that Bud Crawford's contract is running out. This could be, right, Bob Arum playing Bud. Look, we got the fight. And then at the last minute, well, we couldn't get the fight for you, Bud. I mean, the investors in Dubai, they just don't. I mean, they wouldn't come up with the money, because we're still deep in the pandemic over there. And then he gonna go play Bud and tell him like we had to fight, because this is what he did already. We had to fight on the table. We was finna announce a date. And then they told us because they couldn't get, some things cleared because of COVID and all of this shit, right? And then the fight wasn't on the table no more, right? So it could be them playing with Bud because they know that he'll believe anything that Bob Arum say. They're lying to him. Now he going back and telling his people, I got a Manny Pacquiao fight. It's going down, right? And then the news get out there, right? Or it could be, right? It could be they do have a Manny Pacquiao fight, right? They're just waiting to make the announcement, because one thing that Bob did say when he did the interview, right? When Fred was trying to get him to say who he was fighting, he would never say who the announcement was. And Fred was like, well, what the fuck is the big secret? Why is it always a secret? You know what I'm saying? We got you sit here on the panel and you've announced fights that's happening in July. So what's the secret about this? And Bob Arum said, well, the investors, right? He said the investors
right,
want us to, they don't want us announcing it. They want to be able to come out with the announcements themselves. So it could be that. So now they're saying, okay, Manny Pacquiao people, right? They know that either Manny Pacquiao team want to be able to announce it, or the investors want to be able to announce it. So all of this shit is coming out, right, without their consent. Now they're like, I don't know what y'all talking about. Ain't no fucking fight happening, to throw everybody off. So it could be that, right? It could be one of those. It's one of those two situations, right? To keep us in the dark. Now, what the big secret is, I don't know, but it could be like, hey, well, because at the end of the day, boxing is an ego-driven sport. You're not the A side. We don't want y'all announcing it. If when Floyd, we seen this with Floyd and Manny Pacquiao. If y'all remember when the situation with Floyd, it was announced, then Floyd people and them had said, we don't know what the fuck he talking about. We ain't fighting. And then the announcement came out that they were fighting, right? But when the announcement came out, it was Floyd's team to make the announcement. So, right, they was playing tug of war on who was going to make the announcement, if y'all remember. So we see stuff like this in boxing. So all of this shit is to confuse us. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But if we don't hear an announcement this week, I'm going to tell y'all like this, because Bob Arum said it was going to be this week. If we don't hear an announcement this week, it ain't going to happen. It's not going to happen. If it's not an announcement this week, it's not going to happen. Or it could be that they trying to pay Bud that $10 million and he trying to jock for more money. He trying to, get more money. It's a whole bunch of things that we saw. Mikey Garcia said that his fight with Manny Pacquiao was 99.5% done. He said the fight was already done, right? He said it more than once. Before the pandemic, he said the fight was already done. He came back about a month ago and said the fight was done between. So we was announcing that. We just got done announcing the fight between Manny Pacquiao and Mikey Garcia. And then that shit fell through because they talking about behind the scenes that Mikey Garcia at the last minute start asking for more money. So Mikey Garcia could have came back in the equation now and trying to negotiate, right? So we don't know what's going down because I'm going to tell y'all like this. If they can make a deal with Mikey Garcia, they're going to do that before they make a deal with Terrence Bud Crawford.
Facts.
Why would you face Bud Crawford, right? Why would you go and face Bud Crawford when you got a much easier fight? And Mikey Garcia is not easy, but it's a much more it's a fight that's much more in your favor than the Terrence Crawford fight is. Which one you gonna make? And Terrence Crawford's name is no bigger than Mikey Garcia's. Mikey, you probably gonna actually make more money viewership wise and pay-per-view wise with Mikey Garcia because he got a whole Mexican fan base behind him. He's proven he can sell. So, you know, it's a no-brainer. So man, it's a lot of different factors we could go with this whole situation. And go ahead, Coach.
Another question is, if Manny Pacquiao fight Terrence Crawford, is he still stripped of the belt?
Right.
Is he, because now you're having a unification bout. Does Dennis Ugas, does he still have the belt?
Do they go double back and take that shit? I was thinking about that shit too, Coach.
Because if Manny is fighting another champion, y'all can't just strip him now. Y'all was stripping him because he was talking about fighting Conor McGregor on Ryan Garcia. So is he still stripped?
Shit, even more so, they said if he fights somebody in their top 10 WBA rankings, he wouldn't be stripped. Mikey Garcia's in their top 10 rankings, so the shit is just all confusing. Because technically,
Mikey Garcia not fighting Terrence Crawford.
No, I'm saying they said Manny Pacquiao, as long as they said, hey, we hear you coming back. If you fight a contender that's top 10 in our rankings, we won't strip you. But if you go with this Conor McGregor shit or this Ryan Garcia shit, we will strip your ass. So if you go look at the WBA welterweight rankings, Mikey Garcia is in their top 10. So I don't know, bro. It's all confused.
So this gonna throw some shit in the game because Errol going after Ugas. And Ugas supposedly is the super champion now.
Maybe just like Wilder is kind of holding the puzzle. Maybe Errol Spence and Ugas ain't been announced yet because Errol Spence like, look, bro, if you ain't got that belt, if he ain't got that belt, I'm not trying to fight his ass. If he ain't got that belt,
that shit is a big question mark in this whole shit, bro.
It is,
we don't know if he get that fight with Terrence Crawford. Will Bud have 2 belts and Errol have 2 belts?
That would be. I don't care as long as they come together and make undisputed. But y'all know how I'm coming. I'm standing on my square. I don't think the fight is happening. I hope it do, but I don't think Manny Pacquiao and Terrence Crawford are gonna fight.
But I mean, maybe not. But if it does happen, it's gonna throw some shit in the game. I can tell you that.
Yeah, because WBA gonna want a piece of that. They gonna want a piece of that.
Think about it. Think about that. Is he still stripped? That's a question.
And Ugas, right? Ugas all on social media taking pictures with the belt, and I'm like, man, I felt some type of way about that because it's like, hey, you ain't fought nobody for that belt, Ugas. Like, chill out. You taking pictures.
I mean,
like,
he was the regular champion, though. You know.
Oh yeah. You're right. He was the regular champion. Yeah. I mean, the regular, whatever. You know.
We need some clarity, y'all. We need them to make this shit clear for us.
So
everybody got good opinions and shit. It's just like
this is the thing. Do they double back over to Ugas and say, look, you know what I'm saying? We had promised Pacquiao, he fought somebody in the top 10, and he is fighting somebody in the top 10 that we weren't gonna strip him. So we're gonna have to, demote you back down to the regular champion, and he's still the super champion.
Hey, bro, that happened.
We seen that shit like this happen before.
Now, my question is, if Ugas had fought already and he was the super champion, like if he fought right now,
right,
and he was the super champion, I don't think they would do it. But since he haven't fought, since they bumped him up, I think they're gonna take it from him, bro. I think Bud, if they make Manny and Crawford, it's gonna be for 2 belts.
And another thing, how come they haven't announced the Ugas and Errol Spence fight yet?
Yeah,
You
that's
get
what I
what
was
I'm
saying,
saying?
bro.
Is that a holdup? Is this all a holdup because they gotta wait to see what Manny Pacquiao gonna do? You know what I'm saying?
It
If
could,
and
it
who
could,
he
it
gonna
could
fight?
very well.
And is Keith Thurman? Where is he ranked in the WBO?
I don't know. I'm sure he up there.
He got
The
to be
WBO or the WBA?
I mean, what? It's the
WBA and
it's the
WBO.
WBA. Okay, yeah, the WBA.
I'm looking it up right now, bro.
I mean, we know Sean is his mandatory. Is Bud mandatory? So how they getting around that? They paying Sean step aside money? Are they gonna do that? Because Manny don't have a belt. Now, if Manny is the champion, they don't have to pay him shit because the
Damn.
unification bout.
They got Keith Thurman ranked as number 12, bro.
How?
I have no clue. They got,
Wow.
bro, they got some dude named Radzab Butayev, number 1. Gabriel Mastri is number 2. Mikey Garcia is
People we
3.
ain't never fuck. What I told y'all, man. Didn't I tell y'all? Why in this section and bodies?
Don't be surprised
Look
if Blood
at motherfuckers you
fight
ain't
one
never
of them
heard of.
motherfuckers.
They got
I
David.
told y'all,
They got
motherfuckers
David,
you ain't
they got
never
David
ever heard of. They put these motherfuckers in the rankings. I ain't never seen or heard neither one of them fucking names before. And I follow boxing.
They got David Avenesia, number 7, and some dude named Cody Crowley is above Keith Thurman. They got Connor Ben. I've heard of Connor Ben. Connor Ben is above Keith Thurman, and then some other dude, number 10. I've never heard of it. Oh no, yeah, I heard of him. Stanley Onis is even ranked over Keith Thurman right now.
Right. Now think about what I'm saying. See what I'm saying? See how bullshit this shit is, bro? This is what we got to deal with. Fucking both different goddamn group. If they had one champion, that's why I say I wish a motherfucker like one of them sheiks come with about $4-5 billion that they got to fucking blow. Start your own league and pay these motherfuckers well. You're going to make money on top of it. Have one fucking belt under one organization and have all these fighters. You come and pay these motherfuckers. Dude, I guarantee you their shit will change. And say fuck them other sanctioning bodies because this shit is going too far. Mauricio Suleiman and fuck the WBC up. They used to be prestigious, now they shit water to me. You understand? It's nothing but trash because you make up fucking belts for certain fighters. It goes to the elite of the elite. What make these motherfuckers elite? They lost fights. The fuck you mean they elite? They lost fights, motherfucker. Canelo lost a fucking fight, and he got a draw. What you mean he fucking elite? Why? Because he Canelo? On the motherfucker who y'all let fight after 2 fucking fights for a championship. That was some bullshit. When you got fighters that have been fighting their ass off to get in the rankings, and this motherfucker, as soon as he walk out into the pros, he get his second fight, a championship fight that he lost. What you mean? Motherfucker, what you mean is the motherfucking they got the complexion for the protection, basically. So we gonna help these motherfuckers. That's basically it. That's why if a motherfuckers had a bunch of investors, dude, and start your own fucking boxing league, you fucking kill them. Fuck the W. If you could pay these motherfuckers well, you know what I'm saying? You gotta have some fucking dope. But to pay these motherfuckers well and have one fucking belt and you climb through the fucking rankings like back in the fucking day.
They ain't built like that though, Coach. These fighters don't want to do that no more. They got
if that fucking money is there, them motherfuckers gonna do it.
Yeah, if you pay them a whole lot. Yeah.
But you gonna make money if you fucking put all this other bullshit out of business. You know what I'm saying?
It's too hard to make money in boxing doing something like that because the fan base ain't there and you competing with too many other sports. That's why that's why ain't nobody did it. You know, because
nobody did it because nobody had that fucking recipe until fucking UFC shit started. Think about it.
Yeah, but see, is anybody willing to take that chance to not get a return on their investment? You feel what I'm saying? When these moguls are putting money up like that, they want to know if they're gonna be able to get a return on their investment. You feel me?
But these motherfucking sheiks who making money every day from oil, shit, they could do it. They could fucking do it, and it wouldn't even hurt them.
Yeah, they could. They sure could. But you know,
think about it. Warren Buffett gave fucking Bill Gates Foundation $25 billion. 25, not million. $25 fucking billion. He just gave it to him. as a write-off. So
Shit,
think
man,
about that shit. You could pay motherfuckers.
I need them type of friends. I need them type of friends.
I'm telling you,
man. But
you can donate. Shit.
This whole situation is just, man. It's like boxing is becoming a circus, man. It's becoming a circus. This is
bro. You see how it is?
What you say?
You see how this shit is, though, bro? Like, I said, you see how it is, how yesterday, like, everybody was so excited. Everybody thought it was going, and then boom, you get a monkey wrench. Just like that, bro. The shit is, it's sad, man, that
I just thought about this shit earlier, bro.
Gotta get your opinions and shit.
It's going to be for 2 belts. Think about that shit, bro. That shit going to be a big old fucking shitstorm. Think about it. It's going to be a big shitstorm. Because next thing you know, Bud gonna be, I got 2 belts. You got 2 belts. It's gonna be all that shit, bro. All that shit gonna come into play. Watch and see. Because if he fights fucking belts, is it a unification bout? That's what we need to know.
Yeah, if they do fuck around, right, and make it for 2 belts and strip or basically demote who gets back down to regular champion, right? Give Pacquiao back his super championship back, right? I'm cool with that. I like that better because now to me, it makes a lot more sense for Bud Crawford to be trying to fight Pacquiao. Now, right? Now you got 2 belts. Errol Spence got 2 belts. You just fought Pacquiao, right? And this is all if Terrence Crawford wins. I think it's no more fucking argument.
Right.
Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence, get your motherfucking asses together and make the fucking unification bout.
It'll be 50-50 then.
Make it 50-50, right? Make it, even though I know that he still ain't earned 50-50, you know what I'm saying? But just fuck it, make it 50-50. Make it 50-50
see the fight, yeah.
Because he got both of the belts. He did fight Pacquiao. He did do something to carry his own weight as far as, having a big fight and getting big numbers, because I think the fight will do some good numbers. Right now, you did something. You finally did something. Make the fight 50-50. And fuck it, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's fight. Let's fight. Let's have a rematch clause in there, and let's do the damn thing. Let's have a rematch clause. Make that 50-50. You know what I'm saying? Or shit, the winner 60 or the winner gets 60, the loser get 40, in the rematch or whatever you want to do. And man, make it pop, man. But I like the fight much better if there's a belt involved, because then I'm not looking at Terrence Crawford as a fighter that's just trying to fucking go and get a payday, right? Yeah. Like, what you beat Manny Pacquiao to get a payday and nothing else. That's it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I would like to see that, man. So we gonna see, man. We gonna see. I still would much rather see, from a competitive standpoint, Sean Porter going there and face Terrence Crawford and Manny Pacquiao fight Mikey Garcia. Those 2 fights to me are much more exciting fights to watch competitive wise. They're better matchups to me. That's just my opinion. They're better matchups, and it gives me the chance to have all of the questions that I have about Terrence Crawford answered. Yeah. How are you going to perform against another A-level fighter? How are you going to look when you do get in trouble against a fighter that has some nuts, right? A fighter, if you hurt him, or a fighter that you can't hurt when they on your fucking ass, right? How are you going to perform up against some pressure like that, right? I still have those questions. If you don't have those questions in your mind about Terrence Crawford, like, okay, how is he going to perform when he really gets in trouble against somebody that's not going to fold as soon as he hits him, right? That's going to stay on his ass. Well, then you just, I don't know what to say. You know what I'm saying? But I have those questions. But yeah, man, before we get ready to get up out of here, close this up, what else y'all got to add on this situation? And I'm going to be looking deep into this situation this whole week And like I said, my last thing, if they don't announce this week, it ain't gonna happen.
Damn.
That's how I feel.
Go ahead.
I'm looking at it like this, bro. I'm tired of fucking speculating. That's for damn sure.
Real
I'm
talk.
sick of that shit. I'm not speculating on this shit no fucking more, bro. I'm just gonna sit here and whatever happen, gonna happen. I'm not gonna keep speculating on who the fuck he fighting. Bob Arum, make the fucking announcement, and that's it. We can only pray that it's an elite fighter. That's all we can do. We gotta pray. That's it. Cause I just don't see that motherfucker. I don't know, bro. I don't know if Manning gonna deal with Bob, but if they got investors with Abu Dhabi, he might do it. You know, he probably will because they're gonna offer him a lot of money. You know, so I'm just gonna sit back and just watch and just see who the fuck is gonna be, and hopefully, like you say, Keith, they announce this shit this week, bro. You know, or early next week. That's all I can do, bro, because I'm tired of speculating. This shit giving me a motherfucking headache, man.
Man, you ain't lying, coach. It's like we get on here talk about what if and if we talk about more fantasy shit than we do really fights that's really set in stone because these motherfuckers ain't fighting each other. You know what I'm saying? All we doing is on here all the time talking about some what if and a whole bunch of fantasy shit that ain't half of this shit ain't turning out. Most of all of it ain't turning out. Yeah, I'm the same way with you, coach. I'm sick of talking about this shit, man.
Shit, look, we put on fights every week down here, and we put on fights at our little gym every week. We have fights, and we put that shit on Instagram, and we got a lot of dudes who really don't know what they doing, but we put that shit out, bro. So I get my feel, bro. You know, I get my feel, but I just can't stand the way the fighters move nowadays, bro. I don't get it. It's too much. It takes too much effort to make fights right now. You know, it just take too much effort. You know, you got the Charlo twins barely fighting. They fight once, maybe twice a year. You got Canelo picking and choosing. You got motherfuckers who want to fight everybody, can't get fights, or they get bullshit fights, you know, like David Benavidez and Boo Boo Andre. These boys want to get that smoke in, and they can't get fights with people that we want to see. And the thing about it, like David Benavidez and Boo Boo Andre, Boo Boo talk straight up, bro. If you ever listen to his interviews, he gonna tell it like it is. You know, it's just you just get tired. I watched it on Brian Custer. You know,
I gotta go watch that too.
Yeah, Boo Boo tell it like it is, bro. You know, and he just get. I know he's tired of having to wait. I know David Benavidez. He had his opportunities. He screwed it up, but that motherfucker is a bad motherfucker. You know, so
yeah, he is.
That's the kind of fighters I like to see, bro. The ones that's just they willing to put they shit on the line. They don't care because they got that much confidence in themselves that they know they're gonna win the fight. You know, there's no reason that when Tank fought fucking Leo Santa Cruz, how many months ago that was? Why is this kid still sitting around? Why hasn't he fought again? You know what I'm saying? You got that kind of fucking talent. You got the people that want to see him. Why y'all not making these fights? You know, what's the fucking point of sitting on the shelf wasting your good years when you 24 years old? You're 24, motherfucker. You need to be fighting at least 3 or 4 times a year. And you know what really is fucked up? When they coming up through the rankings, when they first coming up, the motherfuckers fighting 4, 5 times a year. Right? But
more
then
than that sometimes.
To that certain point, you're not gonna fight. But maybe twice a year.
And one thing, coach, and I was talking about that a little bit last night when we were speaking on Errol Spence. You know how, you know, he started doing things different, and I had alluded to and I had asked Blu-ray, like, do you think it's because he went from fighting 4 or 5 times a year to one time a year, 2 at the most? You know what I'm saying? That changes a lot. Now you got a whole bunch of free time on your hand, and that's not a good look. And that's one thing. with Al Heyman. I love when Al Heyman came in the game and what he did with the sport of boxing. But one thing that I don't like from when Al Heyman came in the game, it's like immediately, you know, these guys, they making money, but then they stop fighting. It's like now you only fighting 1 or 2 times a year. And a lot of that is that PBC shit. And I fuck with Al Heyman and I love what he's done. But, you know, because if you look at Top Rank, when everything was up and running with Top Rank, I'm not talking about even in the pandemic, right? Top Rank, one thing I can say about Bob is you're going to fight more than 1 or 2 times a year. You know what I'm saying? He going to get you fights. Now, with Terrence Crawford, it's kind of been different, especially since this pandemic and you know the things that they're going through. But mostly with Top Rank, they fight often, you know, and that's the only thing I don't like about PBC is these fighters only fighting once a year, twice a year at the most, and that's not good for the sport. Especially these fighters are young, they're young. You know what I'm saying? Look at fighters like Errol Spence and you know just the top guys on that's even coming up on PBC now. These dudes will never get to 50+ fights the way they fight. I don't like that.
Right. You got that right.
I don't like that, and it's not good for the sport, man. And all right, knockout, salute to you. And yeah, so man,
that's one thing. That's one thing. Even though Canelo fighting, that bitch fighting often. You got to give him that credit. He fighting often.
Yeah, and that's what see. That was my thing about the Rocky Field. I mean, what's that bullshit fight that he just took with William, right? Everybody know that was some bullshit fight. I was one of the main ones that got on Canelo's helmet about that shit. Like I was on Canelo ass about that shit. But see, what I did, coach, is I sat back and I thought about it. I said, this motherfucker did just fight like what 4 or 5 weeks ago. You know what I'm saying? He had just fought like I think it was 2 months, right? He took 2 months off. He took 2 months and came back right back in the ring. I said, you could look at it like this with Canelo, right? He looked at it like this. They letting me fight. They let me fight a complete bum, right? It's no way that Canelo was going to come from the Rocky Field and fight, even though he didn't take no punishment, and then 2 months later make a fight. So it was either Canelo was going to be right sitting out until May, right? He was either going to be sitting out until May, or shit, if they gonna let me, fuck it, I'll go and fight this bum. Fucking, you know what I'm saying, 6-7 weeks later and get him up out of there and get a bag. So that's what I looked at with the Canelo situation. It was either he was gonna sit out until May or go get an easy bag, right? Because they let him do it. Now, the rest of these fighters, if you fucking sitting around and you not doing nothing,
right?
Try to do what Canelo did, right? Try to do
that's what pissed me off with Gary. That's what aggravated me.
Canelo did. Because you're not making no money sitting around.
Right. You're
like, oh well, you know, such and such don't want to fight me. Well, in between time, take a fight. If you didn't take a lot of punishment, come back two months later, right? And if Al Heyman is not giving you the luxury of doing that because they don't want to pay you, they only want you to get one big payday a year, well, then you might want to look at working with somebody else, right? Or y'all say that y'all own boss,
right? You
might want to go and, you know what I'm saying, start doing some of your own business. They need to change this shit. And I was pissed off at what Canelo did initially, but then when I thought about it, I'm like, well, he wouldn't have been fighting anyway until May if he didn't take this bullshit fight. They let him do it, so it's like, fuck it, you know, fuck it. I can go in there and get a bag, knock this fucking bomb out, or I can fucking sit on the couch and wait until May and not make no money in between. What he did was kind of smart. It was very smart,
right? You know I mean, the way they moving him is cool for him because these fights that he know he
taking no punishment.
They know he gonna beat these dudes up. You know what I'm saying? He wouldn't have made a fight that quick if he had to turn right around after beating Callum Smith and turn right around and fight motherfucking
Jamal Charlo or one of them.
Who really should have been the one who get that chance to fight.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, Coach. We weren't gonna see no big mega him fight.
He was the number one
opponent. Yeah, we weren't gonna see no big mega fight because first of all, if it's a big mega fight, right? He fought the dude like 7 weeks later, right? So if it's a mega fight, you know that they're gonna at least they're gonna need more time to announce it, to promote it. So that's what I said. He wasn't gonna be able to fight Jamal Charlo or Boo Hunt or whoever the fuck it may have been. He wasn't gonna be able to fight them with that quick of a turnaround anyway. And plus, you putting your body through some punishment. You putting your body through punishment during training camp. So he not finna go into one training camp straight into another training. Putting his body through whatever he go through in training camp and know he got to get in there with Jamal Charlo on one of them top levels. But yeah, I can do it against Yildirim because shit, I beat up motherfuckers like this in sparring. This is my sparring partner that I'm beating on. This motherfucker ain't shit. So I mean, I understand it, but man, these guys not fighting more than 2 times a year at the max, it's a problem. Coach, I think you cutting out, man, and you got a lot of feedback. You got your camera cut out, and you got feedback.
Yeah, I'm good now.
Okay, yeah, you good.
Yeah,
we can't see you. Your camera, we can't see you, but we can hear you though. You there? I think, Coach. Oh yeah. You cut out again, Coach.
What's going on?
Yeah, you froze, but we can hear you. You still there, Coach?
You can hear me now? You can hear me now?
Yeah, well, I can hear you. You froze. We can't. You froze, but we can hear you. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, man, my whole thing was like I said, bro. Canelo, he moving like they letting him move, bro. He taking full advantage of what they allow him to do. So you can't knock him for it. I don't like it. None of the fans like it. His fans act like they love that shit.
Right.
I just think that the guy he's taking advantage of the situation that he's in. I just rather see him fucking fight top fighters. All of the top guys. He's gonna retire. Y'all mark my words. He gonna fucking win undisputed, and that motherfucker gonna retire. I don't think he gonna fuck with Benavidez or Charlo. That's what I think. And he gonna care less. He gonna tell everybody kiss his ass and go off into the sunset. You watch.
Yeah, we gonna be able to see it real soon because you know what I'm saying. He got a fight in May. Then he turned right back around in September. So after September, we're gonna be able to see. He said he fighting in December too. So one thing I do gotta say good about Canelo is a motherfucker fighting, like Coach said. You know what I'm saying? The end of the day, he fighting, he's staying active, and ain't none of these other fighters on his level staying active. That was another thing that I loved about Wilder. One thing about Wilder, you know what I'm saying? Unless he had an injury that was keeping him from fighting, Wilder was gonna give you fights. He was active. You know what I'm saying? And right. So all of these other dudes that's sitting around, and I don't know if they, and most of these cats, right, that's only fighting once or twice a year at the most. I don't know behind the closed doors what they attitude is about it, but they acting like they don't even care. They acting like they comfortable with it. I don't like that, man. But we gonna get ready to wrap this up, man.
Glad you had me on, bro. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, let me get your final words, Coach.
Hey, man, I'm just gonna sit back and just wait and see what the fuck Bud Crawford and them team gonna do, bro. I'm not speculating no more. I know who we want to see. As long as it's a top tier welterweight, bro, I don't care. It could be Manny Pacquiao, Sean Porter, Keith Thurman. It could be, long as it's a top guy. because I'm just tired of seeing Bud fight these motherfuckers who either past their prime, damaged goods, you know, motherfuckers that's just not that good. You know, I'm tired of seeing that shit, man. I want to see him fight somebody who gonna give him a run for his money, and where we gotta see Bud pull out and bite down and have to have grit. That's what I want to see. That's it, bro. But I appreciate you having me on, bro. As always, it's been a pleasure.
I appreciate you, Coach. You know you welcome anytime. And as far as what you just said, man, I think that every boxing fan, they feel the same way that you feel. Now we got cats out here, they just fans of fighters, and they don't give a fuck what the fighter do, just as long as he get in the ring, they don't care who he fighting, right? So but yeah, real boxing fans want to see the best fight the best. I appreciate everybody that came through in the chat, everybody that supported and donated to the channel. And yeah, y'all already know how I do. We're gonna be back tomorrow cooking again. And until then, y'all know how I do. There you go, talking that boxing again. We out. Appreciate y'all. And hit the like button before y'all leave too.
There's semen in no department. Speed, power, chance, heart, none.
Alright.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There you go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts, cooking again.
There you go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There you go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts, cooking again.
There you go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There you go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts, cooking again.
There you go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There you go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There you go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts, cooking again.
There you go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There you go talking that boxing again.
Talking big facts, I ain't tell no lies. Real talk like fight fan. Slap a troll with my right hand. Hit the like button, watch the replay. Want all the smoke like EJ. Fuck a troll what he say. I bomb a nigga like Wilder, boy. Spray the thing, make shower, boy. Tyson Fury, you a coward, boy. Box a nigga like ego. Make you bow your head, take one knee like Kell Brook and Tim Tebow. Since the time that Lester been black and eyes like Debo.
Like Debo?
And I'm a breadwinner like Kevin Gates. Smoke strong, make you levitate. On my evil spins, might meditate. Gon' watch me, you gon' steady hate. But I pimp the game like 7-8.
7-8.
And I'm a big stepper like Money Brown. I don't mess around, I don't fuck around. But I fuck around, I wear my crown.
Fuck around, I wear my crown.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There you go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts, cooking again.
There you go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There you go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts, cooking again.
There you go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There you go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There you go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts, cooking again.
There you go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There you go talking that boxing again. Real talk like fight fan.